It's time to renew the battle across the border for high school hockey here on Lakes Country 104.1 and RJBroadcasting.com as the Muskies and the Broncos take to the ice. International Falls and Fort Frances hockey is brought to you by Lakes Gas, Border Bank, Ron's Auto Body, the Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the Falls Lumber Company, Mr. Sub, the Sports Shop, Nagurski Transportation, Green's Brand Source Home Furnishings, Northland Sales and Service, Revco Home Improvement, Arrowhead Transit, Howard's, Cenex East, Tiganya Construction, Napa Auto Parts, St. Thomas School, Rainy Lake Houseboats, KDR Boutique, Jay's Auto Repair, Worley Motors, Rainy Lake Oil, Green Larson Mortuary, Hometown Hobby and Crafts, PCA, City Drug, D. McCool Transport, West End Motors, Enbridge, Service Masters, Snap Fitness, the Great Bear Trading Post, Nickel Lake Lumber, Up North Builders, Cape, The Dent Shop, North Star Electric, Harold McQuaker Enterprises, Norland Oil, Nelson Salvage and Recycling, Beyond Aesthetics, the Rainy Lake Medical Center, Ed Kahn and Sons, Ekman Motors, the Outdoorsman's Headquarters, Seven Generations Education, the Falls International Airport, Studio B Flooring, Domino's, Northern Lumber, True Star, Devlin Automotive and Truck, Einerson Flying Service, Align Chiropractic and Wellness Center, Rainy River, Minnesota North College, and Canner Electric. Now let's go to the arena for the border battle between the Muskies and the Broncos. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bronco Arena as we get set for the battle by the border, or the border battle if you prefer, and I do, between the International Falls boys hockey team and the Fort Frances Muskies. Tim Ringhofer joining you here. We are very pleased that everything is working correctly. We even came on a couple minutes early just to make sure that we had our computer all of a sudden lock up last night after I got done doing the girls basketball game. So we're all a little bit nervous. We're all on a little bit of pins and needles. So if things don't sound right to you right off the bat here, give me a text at 218-324-3053 and say, hey, things aren't sounding right, but it looks perfect to me, and that is a good sign. Well, it's early here yet. It's only 6:35. Game start is at 7 o'clock. People are starting to file in slowly but surely, but I would suspect in the next 25 minutes or so, we are going to see all kinds of people here at Bronco Arena as the teams get to play over here on this side of the border for the first time in many, many years. So we'll see what kind of crowd we get. I'm anticipating it's going to be big, but of course, there'll also be maybe a few less people. Maybe people not able to come across from Fort Frances. I know there were some people wanting to make sure they were going to be able to watch it on yourliveevent.com, and that is the case as we are ready to go on that aspect as well. As we look through this game here, the two teams played back on December 16th. The Muskies won it by a score of 5-1. And when I talked to head coach Chris Sinclair, he reminded me that game was 3-1 into the third period. So that he says we added 2 goals late, but it really was a lot closer than 5-1. So he said, I'm trying to keep my boys on the straight and narrow, thinking in the right direction here, and telling them that it was a lot closer. And it really, I guess in that case, it really was kind of close. The Falls was coming off of a loss on Saturday where they came up with a goal in each period, 3 goals, and they were the first goal in each period, but ended up losing 8-3 to Kittson County Central. Not the way you want to come into the game against the Muskies, but it is what it is. The Broncos dealing with some injuries. I'm going to look out here because the teams are on the ice. Royce Allen was a question mark. Coaches thought he might. He is dressed, which a banged up collarbone for him, and he was saying that he was having a tough time shooting. So it'll be interesting to see how his game changes with that. Cody Joslin is not going to be in the lineup tonight. Aiden McFarland is not going to be in the lineup. So now you take 2 of the 6 defensemen out of the lineup, and now you're down to 4 defensemen, and that's with Matt Worley in the mix. So that's going to make things really interesting. Tyrell Schoberg, the goaltender in the first game, still not back from his concussion protocol, and a couple other guys out of this lineup as well for the Broncos. So that makes it that much more difficult. On the flip side of it, the Muskies, when I talked to Coach Sinclair, he said, we're ready to go. We're healthy, despite the fact that we played last night in Sioux Lookout. Got home at 2 o'clock, got to the rink at 2 o'clock last night, and had to get to school and everything else. So that is, one of those things that you can't do anything about. And hopefully, he said, everybody got to school. We're all set to go and ready to make things happen. So these two teams are getting ready to go. They're warming up here. I would guess that we'll get started right around 10 after 7, because that's tradition around here. Not not to get started on time. I hate to say that every time, folks, but it's just truth. It really, whatever. We'll be close. It might be only 6 or 7 minutes, but we got double national anthem and everything else to get through. So you're listening to the Hometown Hobby and Crafts pregame show and the Great Bear Trading Post pregame show. Hometown Hobby and Crafts has such a large array of merchandise. Not only do they have everything to make your school or craft project the best it can be, but they've got so much more. Puzzles, baking supplies, yarn, largest supply of yarn in the Borderland area, fabric, stencils. Stop and see Hometown Hobby and Crafts at 327 3rd Street in downtown International Falls. And the Great Bear Trading Post is the place to fill your tank and satisfy your hunger when you're traveling east of Fort Frances. When you are on your way to the lake, you will find bait, tackle, rods, and reels at the Great Bear Trading Post, and you can call ahead to reserve your bait at 807-274-2221, or you can even email them at thegreatbear16@gmail.com. Don't forget, Bronco fans, you can give me a text at 218-324-3053, and you can let me know who you think is going to score the first goal for the Broncos in the game this evening. And while you have your phone out, maybe a time for supper. Maybe you just got home and you're like, oh, I don't have the gumption to do it. Go to 218-283-3444 or go to Domino's.com on your phone and order your favorite pizza, chicken wings, pasta, or a sandwich. The winner is going to receive, winners is going to receive a $5 gift certificate to Domino's. We're going to take a break here on the Hometown Hobby and Crafts pregame show and the Great Bear Trading Post pregame show. And when we come back, we'll have the interview with the head coach of the International Falls Broncos, Chad Baldwin. You're listening to Muskie and Bronco Boys Hockey on Lakes Country 104.1, rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com. Dee McCool.
Hi, this is Chris Lassila, Vice President and Branch Manager of Border Bank. If you own a business, you know how important having the right banker is to the success of your business. At Border Bank, we are proud to have earned the reputation of caring for our customers' business as if they were our own. We're more than business bankers, we're partners, and our customer success is our ultimate goal. If your business could use that kind of attention, reach out to me to explore what business banking at Border Bank can do for you. We're Border Bank, partnering with Northern Minnesota businesses since 1935. Member FDIC.
Coke knows there's nothing better than the beat of the summer. From low-key to hyped up. So we're helping you and your friends drink it all in with 100 days of artist experiences, tracks, and concerts with the best names in music, all at Coke Studio. Drink, scan, and enjoy your Coke so you never miss out on the amazing offers we're dropping this summer. Okay, not gonna lie, that was pretty good.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide. Where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline.
First in each of the three periods, and can't keep that momentum going on Saturday. An 8-3 loss out at Kitson.
You know, I don't think it's lack of effort or chances. We're generating a lot of zone time, quite a few shots. The puck's just not going in for us right now. Hopefully tonight we'll break that wide open and we'll bury a bunch, but we got to find the back of the net to win games.
A little short-handed tonight, a little short on bodies, as there's some guys out due to a variety of reasons. So we were just talking that there's going to get some guys that are going to get a chance to put some uniforms on tonight that maybe haven't had a chance before and get a chance to be a part of this big game tonight.
Yeah, it seems like we get a guy back, we lose a guy, or get a guy back, lose two. We've definitely been stung with the injury bug lately. But, yeah, we're going to suit up Schneider and Corpy. They've been, great teammates all year. They've got a few JV games in, just kids that do the right thing all the time. So we're going to reward them with, putting on the jersey tonight and experience Fort Frances rivalry. So I know they're pretty excited, and we're happy to get them out there.
5-1 the last time you guys played back in December. Does anything from that game translate into this game in February?
If anything, I think it just makes us want to come out, play hard, and take it to them and come out with a win this time. That obviously, anytime you lose a fort, it stings, and just hopefully, it's on the back of the boys' mind, which I know it is, and just makes it that much more sweet to come back to our own barn and put up a W.
With the numbers being what they are tonight, being shorthanded a little bit, do you play the game differently? Do you coach the game differently? Try to be maybe more defensive, or do you just go out and say let's play because the adrenaline's going to be up with the boys?
We're going to come out hard like we always do. We got Skifstead back. We got enough guys that are back now, even though we lost a couple, that'll kind of just change places. So it's not like we're totally depleted, but we're still obviously without a couple key guys. But we're just going to keep playing like we have been. Like I said, it's not from lack of shots or lack of zone time. We just got to find a way to bury the puck and put points up on the board.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
And that is head coach of the International Falls Broncos, Chad Baldwin. Excuse me there. As, he seemed a little more subdued than he has, maybe a little pooped out. When I walked into the coach's room, his eyes were closed. He was resting his eyes anyway, just one of those things, maybe that calm before the storm as we work through things. But Coach, his interview brought to you by Up North Builders, expert construction in International Falls. They've got planning, they've got management, and they've got experience, and it makes a difference. Up North Builders. You are listening to the Hometown Hobby and Crafts and the Great Bear Trading Post pregame show. The Great Bear Trading Post is the place to fill your tank and satisfy your hunger when you travel east of Fort Frances. When you're on your way to the lake, you will find bait, tackle, rods, and reels at the Great Bear Trading Post. And you can call ahead to reserve your bait at 807-274-2221 or email at thegreatbear16@gmail.com. We're going to take a break here on the pregame show. Don't forget you can give me a text at 324-3053. Let me know who you think is going to score the first goal for the Broncos in this hockey game, the winner or winners. If you get it correct, you're going to win a $5 gift certificate to Domino's. And for those of you that have won over the last month and haven't come by to pick it up, we sure would like that you would do that. We'd like to get those certificates out to you and get them into your hands. We'll take that break, and when we come back, we'll hear from head coach of the Fort Frances Muskies, Chris Sinclair. You're listening to the pregame show for Bronco and Muskie Hockey on Lace Country 104.1, rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
DeGagne Construction, Kitchen and Bath Plus is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports and Lakers hockey. Stop at 650 5th Street West to see DeGagne's showroom, where you can look at their selection of cabinets for your kitchen or bath, prefabricated benches, and they can tackle that project for the interior or exterior of your home. With 35 years of experience, DeGagne Construction can build anything from garages to custom-built homes. If it's time for an upgrade, you go to DeGagne Construction. Call 807-274-2995 or like them on Facebook.
City Drug, your community Health Mart pharmacy, invites you to eat well and live better with Frontier Soups. Gluten-free, non-GMO, no added salt or preservatives. The homemade minute mixes offer a variety of easy-to-prepare soups. South of the Border Tortilla and Chicago Bistro French Onion are best-selling favorites. Try Minnesota Heartland 11 Bean Soup or the always popular Rocky Mountain Trail Loaded Potato Soup. Frontier Soups, clearly made from ingredients you know. City Drug Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Welcome back to the pregame show, being joined by head coach of the Fort Frances Muskies, Chris Sinclair. Coach, let's talk about last night, a tough one. After your break, a 6-5 win up at Sioux Lookout. Talk a little bit about that game.
Yeah, like you said, it was just kind of it was a good game. I mean, they battled hard. I don't know if we were. I don't want to say we weren't ready, but weren't expecting it maybe. And they came hard. They came at us all night, and it seemed that anytime we got up, they found a way to bounce back and kept it within a game right to the end. Like you said, we had a little bit of a break from exams, so maybe that hurt us in a sense of not really having our feet under us. Had a long day. We got there early. We traveled with the girls. So just a combination of everything, but at the end of the day, need to be ready. And it was nice to have a good game like that, a good battle under our belt, getting ready for what I'm assuming will be another good one tonight.
Got home at 2 a.m. That makes it tough to get the boys rested up and get them ready for back-to-back nights.
Yeah, I mean that's it was a late night for sure. Getting back home to the arena around 2 and being up for school for 9 a.m. Definitely hard on the kids. Hopefully they all made it to school. But I mean, yeah, it's easy to use that as an excuse, but I think once warm up comes, once puck drop, I think just the adrenaline, the atmosphere of the arena, I'm sure that'll all be put away. So
talk about the health of your team right now. Where's everybody at? Are you ready to go for the stretch run here in the playoffs coming up here in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, we're all healthy. We have 20 guys ready to go. So maybe being a blessing with the exam break kind of gives guys little time to rest up or heal any nagging injuries. So like I said, although we did have a little bit of a layoff, it was nice that we do get that little bit of time off, kind of take it a little easy and able to heal. We got tonight and we got one more league game next week, and then we're into playoffs. So we do have a healthy lineup. We're all ready to go, and I think we're playing some pretty good hockey right now, which is what you want to see going into playoffs. So.
5-1, you beat the Broncos the last time. Any concern on your part that your kids might come into this game overlooking them, sees how they won, I'll say comfortably?
Yeah, no, that was kind of one of the messages that I gave to them coming into tonight's game was I know we won 5-1, but looking back at the game, watching tape, shots were pretty equal throughout the game. We scored a couple late goals to kind of add those insurance markers. So although the scoreboard read 5-1, it was 3-1 most of the game. I think it was 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, like sometime in the third. So it was a lot closer, and that was the message was, we had success last time. We need to do that same, bring that same mentality, and not get too ahead of ourselves. We still have to play a game here because they will battle, and if we don't, then the scoreboard might read something different tonight. So hopefully that's not the case, but at the end of the day, the message, you don't really need to say much in terms of getting the guys ready. Both teams are always fired up and ready to go. So we're looking forward to another fun one tonight.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
That is head coach of the Fort Francis Muskies. That is Chris Sinclair. That interview brought to you by Up North Builders, expert construction in International Falls, planning, management, and experience. And it makes a difference. Up North Builders. Coach is correct. I don't think they're going to have to say, either one of the coaches is going to have to say too much to get these teams ready to go and hyped up and ready to play some hockey against each other. We're going to take another break here on the Hometown Hobby and Crafts and Great Bear Trading Post pregame show. When we come back, I'm going to give you the keys of the game for both teams. They're brought to you by Rainy Lake Houseboats. You're listening to the pregame show for Muskie and Bronco hockey on Lakes Country 104.1 and rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com.
American Energy that we all rely on every day, and it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
Here, we like to think time moves a little more slowly. We soak in clean, fresh, northern Minnesota air. We make time to pause, reflect, and find joy in the great outdoors. We share love and Minnesota kindness and spend time making giant memories with the ones we love. Memories sure to last a lifetime. Escape up north this season. Find your true north at Giants Ridge.
Businesses during the commercials or during the live reads, and you stop at these places and you don't say thank you to them, you're missing out on an opportunity to really do them a favor, because they're stepping out here saying, we want to support Bronco and Muskie sports. We want to get it on the air so people can listen, and they would love for you to go in there and when you stop in, just simply say, thanks for putting it on the air. That's all it really takes, and those people really appreciate it. And if you're not attending some of these, if you're not stopping in at these businesses, you should do so. Bring your money there and spend it there. They're helping us out, being able to bring you these games. And some of you I know are listening from a long distance away with your apps and online and everything else. But it really does come down to the fact that without these folks, we can't do what we do. I can't be running around like a chicken with my head cut off, as some people would say. My wife, thank you. Anyway, it's time for the keys of the game, brought to you by Rainy Lake Houseboats. They're located on magnificent Rainy Lake. It's where the highways end and the ancient waterways begin. Rainy Lake Houseboats offer amazing Minnesota houseboat vacations on Rainy Lake in Voyageurs National Park. You can call them at 1-800-554-9188. Key for the Muskies. Get rid of those bus legs. Get rid of those tired legs from overnight. I'm interested to see how the Muskies come out in that first 5 or 10 minutes, and then what happens after that, because I think the adrenaline will kick in. But then after that wears off, where is this team going to be at once we get to the midway point of the first period? Where are those legs going to be after that couple of weeks off due to the break, and then playing last night, long bus ride home, and then getting back here on the ice tonight? I know the kids are used to playing hockey all weekend when they're Bantams and Pee-wees and everything else, so maybe I'm making a bigger deal out of it than it really needs to be. For the Broncos, defense. I am very concerned about the defense. These four guys that are going to be on the defense tonight, now that is Julius Maish, Caden Zahn, Matt Worley, and who am I missing here, for heaven's sakes? Oh my gosh, how did I miss the last one? Wow. Anyway, I can't even find it on the roster, for heaven's sakes. Well, anyway, it is key. It is paramount that those guys play a good hockey game and be smart about what they're doing. Short shifts, okay? With only 4 of them, and that's all there's going to be back there. They're going to have to really work at it. They're going to need to keep Keaton Maish protected in the net, so their job is on the defense. And maybe the forwards need to come back and be very aware of what's going on. And when I asked, and if you were listening to the pregame interview with head coach Chad Baldwin, I asked him, do you got to play it a little bit differently with the lack of numbers? He didn't seem to think that they had to. So maybe you just go out there and play hockey like normal and see how things fall. Those are the keys of the game, brought to you by Rainy Lake Houseboats on magnificent Rainy Lake. You can call them at 1-800-554-9188. It's time for our Where Are They Now segment, and it's brought to you by Green Larson Mortuary. Welcome to a place to celebrate life and honor every memory. Go to their website at greenlarson.com.
Welcome to tonight's edition of Where Are They Now? Tonight's guest, Mike Holland, graduated in 1971 and was a key member of the 1971 third-place state tournament team. Along with line mates Jeff Lindvall and John Prettyman, was one of the best lines ever that played for the Broncos. After high school, Mike continued his education and continued to play hockey at Brown University. So, Mike Holland, where are you now?
We're currently living in Lakeland, Florida. We've been down here about 2.5 years. We moved here. My daughter lives here, with her husband and her grandson. Prior to that, we lived for 38 years in Colorado. I worked 28 years in corrections and then 5 years as a mining engineer. Well, I worked for the Detroit Tigers. I worked for during the spring training and then for their single-A team throughout the summer. So I get paid to watch baseball. And I work at a golf course and as a starter a couple days a week, and then I get free golf, and life is good.
There you go. Mike Holland has a good life on Where Are They Now?
And that is Where Are They Now, brought to you by Green Larson Mortuary. welcome to a place to celebrate life and honor every memory. Go again to their website at greenlarson.com. While the ice has been resurfaced, we've got cheerleaders on the ice. The only thing we're missing are some officials and a couple of teams, and we'll be ready for a hockey game, I think, is how this is going to work. And again, I want to thank everybody here. The national anthems tonight will be brought to you by Nickel Lake Lumber, providing you with a superior product, quick, reliable delivery, and many years of experience. Nickel Lake Lumber is your source for premium Ontario lumber product. Located 20 kilometers east of Fort Francis, Nickel Lake Lumber specializes in tongue and groove and uses red and white pine, cedar, and other hardwoods, and you can call them at 807-274-3848. It's time for your starting lineups. And for the Muskies, it's brought to you by Jay's Auto Repair. Jay's Auto Repair is your full-service automotive location for whatever your vehicle needs, whether it's tires, air conditioning, or mechanical inspections. Jay's Auto Repair at 858 6th Street West in Fort Francis is the place to take your vehicle. Call Jay's at 807-274-2323, a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports, Jay's Auto Repair. Starting for the Muskies in goal will be number 31, Carson Lowry. Starting on the defense, you'll have number 18, Evan Cable, and number 23, Jackson Tucker. On your forward lines, you are going to have, well, they're going to turn the lights off on me, folks, as I try to read this. It's number 6, Taylor Chown. Number 21, which is going to be Tegan Rolstead, and number 26, Noah McPherson, are going to be your starting forwards. And that is your starting lineup for the Fort Francis Muskies. Brought to you by Jay's Auto Repair at 858 6th Street West in Fort Francis. You can call them at 807-274-3848. And I'm doing that off the top of my head, so I think I got it right because it's completely pitch dark in here, folks, and I couldn't probably read that to you if I even wanted to. I suppose I could get out my phone and do it. The International Falls starting lineups brought to you by the Sports Shop in downtown International Falls. For honest service and fair prices on bikes, hockey equipment, and more, maybe some snowshoes, come to the Sports Shop in downtown International Falls. Starting in goal for the Broncos will be number 30, Keaton Maish. Starting on the defense will be number 2, Julius Maish, and number 8, Caden Zahn. Your starting forwards, you'll have Cooper Crandall, number 9, number 18, Colin Koshik, and number 22, Asher Keep. That's a little bit different line combination there, so I think Coach still searching for that matchup. And you heard Coach Sinclair talk about the fact that they're just 2 weeks from Thursday away from their first playoff game. The Broncos maybe only 10 days, 11 days away from their first playoff game. So it's getting to be that time of the year. The Broncos have a big game here on Thursday night. We'll have it for you on Lace Country 104.1, rjbroadcasting.com, and yourliveevent.com. If the Broncos win that game, that gives them a great argument to be the 6th seed and not have to play on Saturday the 18th. The Broncos lose that game, let's start making plans that we're doing a game on Saturday the 18th, because the Broncos would be at best the number 7 seed, and that means they would play on the 18th. If they get to the 6th seed, they would not have to play until the 21st of February, which is a Tuesday. For the Muskies, they've already got the number 1 seed wrapped up in the Norwassa. They should be playing at home on Thursday, February 23rd is what the calendar says, what everything shows it should be. Now, whether that's the way it's going to end up, I'm not sure that's how it's all going to work out, but we'll see. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated as the best we can. Those starting lineups, again, brought to you by the Sports Shop for honest service and fair prices on bikes, hockey equipment, snowshoes, and more. Stop at the Sports Shop in downtown International Falls. Milton Charlie, they'll take very good care of you as the lights continue to be off here. They're about ready to give the starting lineups here at Bronco Arena as they start flicking on all the lights. And that's good, so that I can see what's happening. That's a new feature here. And as they bring the lights up, I'm kind of looking on my side where I'm in the press area, brought to you by Rainy River Minnesota North College. Start your voyage at Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River Minnesota North College, 218-285-7722. The side that I'm on, pretty full. The other side, I'm going to say a half full. Maybe a little bit more, but there's still a few people still straggling upstairs, and we'll see how the things go there. The Muskies are being introduced. They're in their road blacks with their black helmets, their black breezers, and they've got all kinds of gold traced out on their socks with the stripes and on their uniforms. A little bit of white just to accent that enough. The Broncos in their home whites, gold helmets, purple breezers, and purple and gold for the trim on their uniforms. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take a short timeout, and we're going to come back with the national anthems. You're listening to the Hometown Hobby and Crafts and Great Bear Trading Post pregame show for Muskie and Bronco hockey on Lakes Country 104.1, rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com.
A message from CAPE, Couchiching Area Prevention and Education. Be present. Most Falls High students do not feel pressured to drink alcohol by their friends. We learn from the past, live in the present, and strive for the future. CAPE is working together to empower the communities within Couchiching County through prevention, education, collaboration, and shared leadership to reduce alcohol and tobacco use among youth and young adults. Together, we are strong. This ad has been funded by Drug Free Communities grant funding.
Welcome back here to Bronco Arena as the starting lineup's just being completed here as we get closer to the border battle, part 2 between the Muskies and the Broncos in boys hockey. Again, the Muskies won game 1 back in December by a final score of 5-1. And we will be, hopefully, I'm going to be able to pick up the national anthems here as I checked that out. It looks like we're going to be all right. I have to admit again, we had to restart with our computer pretty much from scratch today. Give Dwayne a whole bunch of credit for working overtime to make my life simpler today as he got everything cooking and working. It was a scary morning, and it didn't take till late in the afternoon before we were finally sure that we were going to be on the air with this computer. Also, in between the first and second period, stay tuned for our trivia question brought to you by the Coca-Cola Bottling Company of International Falls. Get your phones ready to text in your answer. And this one's going to be a tough one tonight. Just worked out that it happened to be on the game with the Muskies, and it's time for our national anthems. And that is your national anthems brought to you by Nickel Lake Lumber. Again, they're located 20 kilometers east of Fort Francis. They specialize in tongue and groove and use red and white pine, cedar, and other hardwoods. 807-274-3848. Well, let's see. Got some stuff going on here senior boys won 45-39. Fort Francis defeated Dryden, so they will be the number 1 seed for sure. And the junior girls won by scores of 3-0. I'm waiting for the senior girls. I'm wanting to see if they are going to be for the Muskies. Let's see, JV final from the Falls High Gymnasium. The International Falls JV team wins 42-27 over Nashwauk Keewatin. So the varsity game getting started over there. The swimming and diving teams were in Aurora today, and the boys lost by a score of 93-72. We'll have it all for you tomorrow morning on the morning show for the sports. I did receive a gift today. Kevin Schultz, our cameraman, his parents are cleaning some stuff out. I received the program from the game between Team Russia and Team Switzerland that was played here at Bronco Arena on December 27th, 1981. And when I get a little time, maybe this evening, I will post some pictures of this on our Facebook and Twitter sites just so you can see it. And it is pretty cool. And the final score, 11-4 that night for the Soviet Union. You don't get to say that very often. So I'm excited to get a chance to peruse that a little bit. The Muskies, they're going to be going left to right in this first period. That means the Broncos going right to left. Obviously, we are set for the border battle, part 2, as the Broncos and the Muskies take to the ice. I could give you the records for the Broncos. I don't know if I could give you the record for the Muskies. They've played so many games, and I finally said, you know what? It's not really worth it. The big one is their Norwassa record, and they're perfect right there. So that's the big one. As we go along, we are set for high school hockey. 17 minutes on the clock. Crandall takes the face-off against Rolstead, and Crandall comes away with it. Skates to the near wall, into the Muskie zone, drops it off. There's a quick shot from the point off the stick of Koshik. Blockered into the corner by Lowry. Picked up there by the Broncos. Crandall, back pass to Keep. He loses an edge. Shot, goal! Crandall, just 16 seconds in, gives the Broncos a 1-0 lead. And wow, what a start for the Broncos. Keep to Max Driver. Well, we'll see here. I'm going to get the official before I start talking about it, and we'll see what we're going to get. We're going to get 9-22 and 2-18. So 9-2-18. So Julius Maish picks up one of the assists, and Colin Koshik gets the other one as the Broncos lead 1-0 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one tomorrow at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. So back at center ice we come. Faceoff comes back into the Bronco zone. Maish has it there. Julius Maish. Keaton Maish, the goaltender. Julius Maish, the defenseman. Zahn goes forward towards Keep. He tips it down the ice. They're going to wave off any icing as Cable loses an edge. Picked up by Koshik. Centering pass looking for Keep. Poked away. Puck knocked to the wall, and the Muskies skated out here. Here comes the Muskies into the zone. Coming in with it. This is Veldhuizen. He knocks it into the far corner. Knocked away by the Broncos. Picked up there, knocked along, and picked up by Keep. He skates it out. Gets it off to Koshik. Right back the other way. Koshik comes into the zone. Looking, waiting. Centering pass. Kicked away there by the Muskies booth. It goes into the far corner, down out to center ice. And they're going to have an icing call coming up here on the Muskies. They needed to relieve the pressure. 1:01 into the first period. Broncos lead at 1-0 on your Greens Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboards. They're located in downtown Fort Francis. They provide exceptional service and offer a wide variety of in-stock kitchen and laundry appliances, mattresses, and furnitures. Greens Brand Source. That icing call brought to you by Ed Conn & Son is your place to purchase Benjamin Moore Paints in Fort Francis. Face off to the left of Lowry. Out to the point. Slap shot there by Worley. Deflected away by Lowry. Picked up behind the net by the Muskies. Cross ice path by Booth. Knocked out to neutral. Picked up there and skated along the wall by Burnell. Big hit there as going to the ice was Shikowski. Puck thrown into the Broncos zone. Knocked back out the other way by Dremel. There is Royce Allen out on the ice. Told me before the game he didn't think he could go with a banged up collarbone. Puck poked in behind the net. Shikowski centering for Allen, and Lowry sticks the glove and stick out there. Stops that puck from being centered and hangs on to it. 15:28 remaining here in period number one. If you're just joining us and you were a little bit late, Broncos up 1-0 as getting the goal was a Cooper Crandall just 16 seconds in. Face off again to the left of Lowry. Linesman waiting patiently. Now he finally drops the puck. Poke back towards the blue line, kept in by Reiners. He is the fourth defenseman and couldn't keep it out, and we're going to get a cross-checking penalty behind the play. I did not see this, and this is going to be on Rolstead. So the Broncos going to go on the power play. This penalty at 1:37. The cross check here. And so this power play brought to you by Canner Electric. For all your electrical needs, both commercial and residential, stop at Canner Electric at 500 4th Street in International Falls, or call them at 218-283-8319. This penalty kill is brought to you by West End Motors of Fort Francis. West End Motors is your Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge dealer in Fort Francis. The Broncos control it off the faceoff. Crandall, far side, onto the stick of Koshik. Top of the circle, shots. I think that hit traffic, and it's cleared all the way down by the Muskies. Keaton Maish out of his net, settles that puck down for Crandall, scoops it up, comes along the near side. Veldhuizen on the point, that's McCormick, then Veldhuizen in the middle. Maish brings it into the zone, leaves it off for Max Dremel. That's picked off and sent all the way back down the ice by the Muskies. Good job there by Trent Wilson. Crandall from behind his own net again, 1:20 remaining in the Canner Electric power play. Speed through neutral, now into the Muskie zone, shoots, blocker, whoa. And Lowry took that one in the head. He's got his helmet off, and the referee doesn't see it yet. And finally, that puck was a high riser from Crandall. I thought he got the blocker up there, but maybe he got it in the helmet. I did not for sure maybe see that maybe it got him there in the helmet. And Carson was quick to get the helmet off and get a stoppage in play. If he did get hit in the helmet, obviously got his bell rung pretty well there. 1:10 remaining in the power play. Face off to the right of Lowry. Koshik to take the face off against Armstrong. Armstrong wins it back, wrapped around the boards by Tucker, out to neutral and back into the Broncos zone. Picked up there by Crandall. Crandall tipped by Dremel. Max into the zone, race for the puck. Getting there first, that is going to be Worley. To the point to Maish. Maish looks to Crandall. Crandall to the far dot to Koshik. Back to Crandall. Back to Koshik. He wasn't expecting that pass. We got a penalty coming up on the Muskies. Hand is raised. I didn't see it. It was off of the play. Out to the point to Maish. Extra attacker on for the Broncos. Crandall, slap shot, high riser, glove save up by the eyes for Lowry, and he stops it here. So 35 seconds remaining in the first penalty. Now going to the box for the Muskies is going to be Tucker, and he's going to also get the cross check. And Coach Sinclair told me last night, too many penalties. Can't be happy here early, as this penalty is going to be called at 3:02. So the Broncos on a 5-on-3 power play, brought to you by Canner Electric. Face off to the left of Lowry. One back. Crandall has it. Waiting, looking, skates in, lets a wrist shot go. That's deflected away by the goaltender Lowry. Into the corner, trying to clear it away is Cable. Kept in at the point. Crandall, Koshik, one-timer. That's kicked away. Cleared away by the Muskies. Hit something in the glass or the boards over there. Took a weird hop and goes all the way down the ice. Crandall back to get it. 13 remaining in the 5-on-3. Then the Broncos back to the 5-on-4. Koshik skates in along the near wall. Broncos going right to left. Nate Dremel to the point to Julius Maish. To Crandall. He walks in, shoots. Saved by the goaltender Lowry. Covers it up as Rolstead comes out of the penalty box. So now for the Broncos, 1:24 remaining in that 5-on-4, as the Broncos will change out that power play unit. On now will be Royce Allen, Braden Skifstead, and Noah Shakowski. And referee's going to come over and say, look, you guys got to come back on the ice. You go back over here. Let's make sure we got everything fair. 13:21 remaining in the first period, 1-0 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one tomorrow at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. Referees and the coaching staffs, I think, are all happy. We got everything straightened away. Face-off controlled by the Muskies. Back in the corner with it. It is Wilson. He's tied up, taken away by Allen at the far point. Now to Crandall. Crandall doesn't come off the ice apparently on the power play at all, ever. Royce dumps it into the corner. Picked up there. Oh, jumped over the stick there of Wilson and now wrapped around the boards and all the way down. Good job there by the Muskies to get that one. That was Booth. Keaton Maish way out of his net to get to that puck. Crandall picks it up. Looks up the far side. Onto the stick of Julius Maish. Leaves it for Allen. Allen in the zone. Stops along the far half wall. Waiting, looking. Trying to saucer one across. Shakowski has it. He skates along the near wall. He gets tripped up. Sends it around to Allen. 35 remaining in the power play. Allen back at the point. Cross ice to Maish. Just keeps it in to Shakowski. Walks off the wall. Shoots low. Rebound. Went right past Skifstead. Couldn't get a stick on it. And it's cleared down the ice by Veldhuizen. Crandall races back to pick it up one final time. Big check by McCormick there. Lost an edge and fell down. Now the Muskies putting the pressure on. They want to make something happen here. Looking to get that extra attacker on here at the end of this Canner Electric power play. 7 seconds remaining in it. Maish being hounded there by McCormick and Veldhuizen. And now the Muskies at full strength. So the 5-on-3, the Broncos don't take advantage. So the Muskies, good job of killing that penalty. Tucker up along the near wall, onto the stick of Rolstead. He skates in, shoots. Keaton Maish, his first big save. And coming in and making sure there was no rebound. Barnes was looking for something juicy. The Broncos have outshot the Muskies so far 10-1. And we're 5:15 into this first period. 1-0 on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboards. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 9 to 4. Love it, live it. Face off to the left of Keaton Maish. It'll be Rolstead against Skifstead. One back. Barnes flips it towards the net, deflected wide. Worley has it behind his own cage. Goes out the far side. Up the far wall to Nate Dremel. He flicks it along the wall. That'll be picked up by Wilson. Wilson, D-to-D pass. Now up along the near wall. Here come the Muskies. Poking along his cable. He loves to get into that offensive flow. And offside. Hand pass. Hand pass is what I think I see them waving on the Muskies. So the faceoff is going to come back into the Muskie zone to the right of goaltender Carson Lowry. Broncos going to change out the defensive pair, and they're going to change out their forward line as well, as they'll bring out Max Dremel, Shikowski, and Allen. The Muskies, they'll stay with their group up there of Barnes, Rolstead, and can't quite tell who else is that forward on the other side over here. Faceoff controlled by the Broncos. Quick shot by Max Dremel. Rebound. Laying there and cleared away by Wilson into the far corner. Shikowski was right there looking for the rebound opportunity. Muskies knock it out to neutral. Julius Maish knocks it right back in as the Broncos tag up from behind his own net. Cable. Cross-ice pass looking for Barnes. That was just out of his reach. Broncos knock it right back in. They need to tag up as Lowry had to make the save on that. Cable. Far wall. Poked out towards the line by Brunel, but there's a rebound. Max Dremel just couldn't find the handle on it as he was tied up by Wilson. Now two players losing edges, one for both teams. Dremel, Max picks up the loose puck. Feathers that one into the corner. Wilson goes back to pick it up. In behind his own net, into the far corner. 180s back the other way. Shikowski was all over him. Barnes has it along the near side. Tries to poke it out to neutral, and with a little help from Rolstead, he does. Right back in by Maish. Crandall just onto the ice, picks it up. Sharp angle shot, kick save by Lowry. Knocked in the corner by Wilson. Under 10.5 remaining in the first period. 1-0, the Broncos leading it. On a goal by Cooper Crandall at 16 seconds. Puck goes loose into the corner. Evan Cable. Big Evan Cable has it. Knocks it off the wall and chases it out to neutral. Knocks Caden Zahn down, and it's fired in to the zone by the Muskies. No icing call there. Julius Maish, it would have been close. Keep just went over his stick. Keeping it in was Engie. He fires it all the way around. Pinching in is Booth. Sharp angle shot. Maish the save, and sitting right there for the rebound was Rupenstein, but he pushed it wide. Kept in at the point. No. Could not keep it in there was Engie, and we'll get a face-off right here, just outside of the Broncos zone. 9:46 remaining in period number one. The Broncos leading it 1-0 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Stay tuned for the intermission report brought to you by KDR Boutique and the Den Shop. That will come up at the completion of the first period. Faceoff controlled by the Muskies. Engie near side to Booth. He skates into the zone, fires a shot. That hits Reiner's stick, goes to the end wall. Worley knocks it into the corner. Skifstead knocks it along the wall, and picking it up, this is going to be Jake Olson. Just out of the reach of Nate Dremel as it goes back into the Muskie zone. Engie has it there. Banks it off the wall for Booth. Booth goes back in behind the net to the far side. Races up through center. Leaves it off there. Not onside was Rupenstein. He tried to push the envelope a little bit as Lepage came into the zone. And we'll have a face-off just outside of the Broncos zone on the near side of the ice. Taylor Chown, Noah McPherson, and that is number 15. That is Ashton Armstrong will come out here for the face-off forward line for the Muskies. Face-off one, back by McPherson. Muskies skating along the far side. Tucker stops at the half wall, dumps it in behind the Broncos net. Reiners flicks it backhand to Worley in the far corner. Worley wants to get it out of the zone. Trapped up along the wall by Tucker. Still battle just inside the blue line. McPherson knocks it to the end wall. Worley gets back there, fires it around the boards. Not able to keep it in. Now here comes Allen racing in. Getting back is Tucker. Makes the move. Try to leave it off to Shikowski, but it got knocked into the corner. Shikowski takes a hard knock on the far side as the Muskies dump it out to neutral. Coming up was Maish. Puck bounces towards the Broncos zone and into it. Zahn right in front of his own net with McPherson right on him. Shikowski tries to knock it out. He gets just past Chown. Chown throws it in right off the keister of the referee. Drops back down. The Broncos dump it back down the other way. Back to pick up the puck. This is going to be Mosbeck for the Muskies. Around the boards it goes. Far side now. Past the halfway mark of this first period. Jackson Tucker, he's got it. He goes in behind his own net. Leaves it back along the far wall. Chown, he's tied up with Allen. That is Koshik, 18-16. Look pretty close. There's a slap shot from the point by Zahn. That deflects out to neutral. Going to be picked up. Here comes McCormick into the zone. Callum all alone as his teammates changing behind him. Centering pass, only ones there are Broncos. Koshik gets it out as just over skating that were the Muskies. Back to pick it up in his own end. This is Cable. Leaves it along the far wall. That's Veldhuisen. Comes to the near side to LaPlante. LaPlante up through neutral looking for McCormick. That doesn't connect. But LaPlante picks up the loose puck. He comes in. Just went to fire off that wrister. Julius Maish got a stick in there to deflect that one away. Keep takes a big hit along the far side, but gets the pass off to Crandall, who knocks it out to center. Keep gets up, heads for the bench, and Crandall goes with him. Cable lost the handle on it as he was being pressured by Koshik. Two number 18s battling there. 1-0, the Broncos leading it on a goal by Cooper Crandall at 16 seconds of the first period. Broncos cross-ice pass, knock it back into the Muskie zone. Wilson collects it there. Off the end wall, D-to-D pass. Making a good move there was Cable. Skifstead lost his stick, and at the same time caused Cable to lose his stick. Into the corner it goes. Cable loses an edge there. That one looked like it hurt. Skifstead, wrap around on the backhand. Lowry stops it. Knocks it into the corner. Picked up by Skifstead to the point to Reiners. Back to Skifstead along the half wall. Wrist shot. Ooh, that was high. That hit Nate Dremel out in front. Or maybe hit the goaltender and Dremel, as it was a good wrist shot there by number 6 for International Falls. 6:42 remaining in the first period. 1-0 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. That wrist shot brought to you by Snap Fitness. They're on Shorewood Drive. It's a 24-hour facility with free weights, machines, tanning, classes, and more. Customized, personalized training and nutrition programs are available. Give the gals a call at Snap Fitness, 218-283-0020. Face-off win for the Broncos. Shot by Reiners. Made it through about 7 people with anybody really touching it and got past the net. Big collision out at between Worley and Rolstead. Centering pass knocked away by the Muskies. This is Barnes in behind his own net. Makes a good move there. Avoids the poke check of Max Dremel. Comes to the near wall. Skating with it is Booth. Booth gets to the red line. Tips it in the zone with the help of Brunel. Back out to center. Collecting it there is Max Dremel. He leaves it off to Allen. He has it knocked off of his stick. Muskies try to clear. Kept in by Dremel. He backhands one towards the net. Ooh. Allen was right at the doorstep looking for a rebound there, and he swiped at it, and it got by him. Big collision on the far side continuing as Worley's trying to throw his weight around. He doesn't have a whole lot of it, but he uses it. Puck into the Muskie zone. Picked up by Rolstead, I believe, coming in. Yes, it is Rolstead. His teammates changing behind him. Rolstead gets into the corner. 3 Broncos dislodge him on the puck. Cross-ice pass knocked away by Rupenstein. To the far side, Worley puts a big check on Rupenstein. Dremel turns, fires it, tries to fire it out, hits some traffic, and comes to Koshik. I didn't even see where it went. Koshik has it. Gets knocked down along the near wall. Picks it back up with some help from there. There's a backhand shot, 1 shot, 2 shots. And the save by Lowry as the net, I believe, came off of its peg. And the Broncos, another good opportunity out front as Koshik had 2 backhand attempts, 1 from the near pipe, 1 to the far side. And as Lowry went from one side to the other, I believe that's when he knocked off the net. Shots on goal, 17-3 in favor of the Broncos. Face-off win by the Broncos. Julius Maish, quick wrist shot, hit Crandall in the shin guard. Clearing attempt kept in by Maish. Another wrist shot. That rised up high over the crossbar. Crandall, sharp angle shot. Believe that the goaltender Lowry got a piece of that as he knocked it in the corner. Kept in at the point momentarily, and now out to center. Crandall to Zahn. Zahn pressured, backhands one off the far wall, dipped in by Koshik. There's another big hit as they continue, and the referee's letting them play a little bit. That one in the range of near interference, I would say. Here come the Muskies back the other way. Here's Gene, who scored a goal in last night's game up in Sioux Lookout. He comes into the zone. Koshik knocked it away. Gene gets it back and knocks it to the end wall. Zahn had it taken away. Skating into the corner. Now cross-ice pass, looking for Armstrong as he was skating in from the bench and couldn't find the handle on it. Shot from the point by Wilson. That deflects into the far corner. 4:25 remaining in the first period. Wilson keeps it in at the point momentarily and then hits it up into the crowd, and so we'll have a face-off to the right of Keaton Maish here with 4:20 remaining in the first period. Broncos have definitely had the better of the play in the first period. I said during our keys of the game, where would the Muskies' legs be? Maybe they're not right there right now. And I know that Taylor Chown told me after the last game when they played Red Lake that I watched, he said, Coach Sinclair always gives good speeches. I think they're going to get one here in between the first and second period. We'll see if that changes the momentum a little bit. Face-off win by the Muskies. Wilson keeps it in at the point. Chown behind the net. The aforementioned Chown. He goes into the corner. Worley gets there first, though. Kept in by McPherson. He backhands one towards the net. Reiners off the wall to Skifstead, who gets it out to center. Hey, excuse me, Evan Cable lost that puck. The Broncos fire it in. Along the near wall. Picked up there, thrown into the far corner. Cable has it there. Tipped out to center. Picked up by Chown. Chown gets past Reiners. He's into the zone. Worley gets back to knock the puck away into the corner. They battle for it, coming away with it. This is Noah McPherson. He's being pressured by Skifstead. There's a size disadvantage, but McPherson maintains possession of the puck and knocks it into the far corner where Armstrong has it. He flips it back into the near corner. Reiners will get there for the Broncos. Skifstead able to knock it out to center. Engie back to pick it up. He goes to Booth on the far side. 3:15 remaining in the first period. Along the far wall now. This is McCormick. McCormick trying to push through some traffic. Puck comes loose to Engie. To Booth on the near wall. He gets to the red line. Hit the stick of Schakowsky. Knocked it right out of his hands. Puck knocked back out to center. Engie picks up the loose puck after LaPlante put a little bump there on Royce Allen. Under 3 remaining in the first period. Along the near wall. Muskies trying to poke it out, and they will. Here comes Callum McCormick. Fires it to the far wall. They race after the puck. Getting there will be Veldhuizen. And Zahn knocked back into the far corner. LaPlante knocked it in behind the net. Zahn has it for the Falls. Gets it out to Allen. Along the far wall into the Muskie zone. He flips it off the wall and tries to chase it down. Tucker says there's none of that going on. He tries to clear it. Max Dremel keeps it in. He gets knocked to the ice. And puck comes on to Lowry. Blows the whistle. And 2:20 remaining here in the first period. Again, stay tuned for our intermission report brought to you by the KDR Boutique at 272 Scott Street and the Den Shop at 1712 First Avenue West. Of course, KDR Boutique in Fort Francis and the Den Shop in International Falls. Face off to the left of Lowry. 1-0 your score on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard. Face off went Zahn. Shot from the point, saved by Lowry, knocked it into the corner. That is Mosbeck. Has it, and here come the Muskies. 2-on-2 back the other way. Down the far side with some speed. There's a wrist shot that's deflected away by Zahn off the stick of Rolstead. Tucker knocks it back into the corner, in behind the net. Centering pass deflected away by Zahn. Rolstead picks the puck up in the corner to the end wall. Centering pass. Barnes was out there, just couldn't get the handle on it as he was tied up. Kosh quickly back the other way. Makes a move at the blue line. In between the legs pass. Got it to Keep. Keep tried to go back to Koshik, but they couldn't connect. Keep picks up the loose puck. Skates to the top of the far circle. Fires one towards the net as he lost an edge, and now here come the Muskies back the other way. Barnes to the Bronco blue line. Maish, nice job of taking the puck away from him. Out to neutral. 1:30 remaining in the first period. Cable from his own end. Races through neutral. Far wall. Gets past Worley and fires a shot high and wide. Comes off the end wall all the way down the ice. Wilson will race back to pick it up as the Broncos change players. The Muskies also change players. Nate Dremel, aggressive forecheck. Gets the puck away from Wilson. Now knocked into the near corner. Muskies will pick it up there. This is Rupenstein. Tried to clear it, kept in by Reiners. He fires it into the far corner off of a leg. Wilson with under a minute now remaining in the first period. Stops him behind his own net. Dremel right there again. Nate persistent on Wilson. Wilson to Cable in the far corner. 45 remaining in the period. Cable in front of his net, now behind his own net. His pass to the point. Whoa. Somehow they got past two Broncos. Wolstead up the far side. Got in front of the puck. No, they stay on side. Rubenstein went for the far post, and Maish makes the best save of the period with the blocker there, brought to you by Beyond Aesthetics. Flip down the ice. Engie races back to pick it up for Fort Francis. He loses an edge, and the referee's going to call a penalty on it, and Shikowski never touched him with the stick. And the fans aren't going to like it, and this announcer doesn't like it, but it is what it is, as Shikowski will go to the penalty box for the trip, and this penalty will be called at 16:38 of the period. This will bring up a power play here for the Muskies, and it is brought to you by Norland Oil. They are a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports this season, located at 6115 Highway 1171 on the west side of Emo. Norland Oil is your source for bulk and retail fuel in the Rainy River District. Face-off win by the Broncos. Maish turns, fires it all the way down the ice. 15 remaining in the period. In behind the net, picking up Max Jerem outside the Koshik. Big save! Holy smokes! By the goaltender Lowry from point-blank range as he stopped Koshik as he was looking for the shorty from about 5 feet out in front of the net, and Lowry got the blocker on it. Wow! Woo! Well, that's the save of the period right there, folks. And how about we have that sponsored by West End Motors. West End Motors is your Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge dealer that treats the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. It's also their power play. And how about the saves? That's brought to you by Beyond Aesthetics. Beyond Aesthetics at 3426 County Road 21 is your place to go to give yourself a pampering hour or day. Call Beyond Aesthetics at 218-540-0149 or go to BeyondAestheticsDaySpa.com to make an appointment or find out what they can do for you. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And guys, can I just say it this way? Or gals, hey, I got to be that way. Even guys like to get pampered a little bit every once in a while. But it's Valentine's Day in a week, so you may want to be thinking maybe a phone call to 218-540-0149 and see what they can do for you. After one period here from Bronco Arena, your score, International Falls 1, Port Francis 0. You don't want to go away, folks. This is going to be a dandy. The border battle between the Muskies and the Bronco boys right here on Lakes Country 104.1, rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com.
From Cape, Couchiching Area Prevention and Education. Be present. Most Falls High students do not feel pressured to drink alcohol by their friends. We learn from the past, live in the present, and strive for the future. CAPE is working together to empower the communities within Couchiching County through prevention, education, collaboration, and shared leadership to reduce alcohol and tobacco use among youth and young adults. Together, we are strong. This ad has been funded by Drug Free Communities grant funding.
The Propane Gas Association recommends that all gas systems should be routinely inspected every 5 years. Lakes Gas in the Falls can check your gas systems on a regular basis. A gas system safety inspection only takes 1 or 2 hours and includes a leak test as well as a visual inspection of all your gas appliances. Lakes Gas has a fall special on gas safety system inspections right now, so call Lakes Gas for an appointment today. Lakes Gas, your local propane company since 1959.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sports guidance. Rainy Lake Medical Center's Advanced Concussion Management Program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year from Rainy Lake Medical Center.
Living here in northern Minnesota, we embrace all 4 seasons, and the cooler weather brings out the cooler toys. What's next on your wish list? A snowmobile, fish house, snowblower, new plow for the truck or wheeler? Say yes to winter fun and I'll help you finance it. Call today and make an appointment with me, Chelsea Melander, consumer lender at TrueStar. Can't make it in during business hours? That's okay. Apply on your own time or on the mobile app or online at TrueStarFCU.com. Brighter banking at TrueStar Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If you used up your gift certificate, and I'm one of those people, they need to make a stop over there at the Outdoorsman's at 1130 3rd Avenue in International Falls. So get on over there. Big sale going on this week. Customer appreciation. Everything at the Jug and the Outdoorsman's is on sale this week. Our score after 17 minutes, International Falls 1-0 and 19-4 the shots on goal. And if you think that is a good indicator of how much the Broncos dominated the play in that game, or in that first period, so far in the game, you would be correct. That is a great indicator of how the Broncos dominated the territory in this game. And the 4 saves that Keaton Maish did make, one of them was a pretty good one. Another one was a fair, but most of them came from a long ways out, which gave Maish a lot of time to see them. So give the Bronco defense a lot of credit. That was one of my keys to the game, where how was the defense going to do? Things went pretty well, and I think a lot of it came off the forecheck from the forwards and the job that they were doing, keeping the puck in the Muskie end. So I have to say I'm a little surprised at how much of the advantage the Broncos had in that first period. But I will say, again, that the Muskies got home late last night, played a full 60-minute hockey game, and a game that ended up 6-5 up in Sioux Lookout. So maybe those legs just quite aren't underneath the Muskies yet. We'll see if, as I mentioned about Taylor Chown with his saying that Coach Sink always gives good speeches, and if that changes things coming up here in the second period. We're going to take another break here. Oh, no, before we do that, hold on. Hold it, folks. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave if you're staying here, because it's time for our trivia question. The trivia question is brought to you by the Coca-Cola Bottling Company. It is the 75th year of Bronco hockey. Did you know that Coca-Cola Bottling Company of International Falls has done it for longer? Yes, since 1934, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of International Falls has been distributing Coke products to businesses throughout the borderland. Pick up a 12-pack of Coke today. Well, here comes your trivia question, and I'm going to say this one is maybe the hardest of the bunch. I'm just going out there. I'm just going to say that's what I think. So I'll take an answer that's within 2 as being correct. How about that? 2 either way from the correct answer. Are you ready? Here it is. Again, text your answer to 218-324-3053. Only text messages. Don't message on Facebook. Don't call me. Just a text message. 218-324-3053. For this question, winner's going to get a 6-pack of Coke. How many winning seasons have the Broncos had in their first 74 years of existence? How many winning seasons? Within 2 either way of the number. The first answer I get within 2 is what I am going to consider a winner. How many winning seasons have the Broncos had in their first 74 years of playing hockey? We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more here from Bronco Arena. International Falls 1, Fort Francis 0. You're listening to Muskie and Bronco Boys Hockey on Lace Country 104.1, rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com. 7 Generations Education Institute is proud to be sponsoring Fort Francis sports. 7 Generations Education Institute is dedicated to providing culturally enriched education to the Treaty 3 area. If you are wanting to further your education, choose SGEI. Head online to the number 7generations.org to see what 7 Generations Education Institute has to offer you.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
Devlin Automotive and Truck wants to buy your scrap metal, old vehicles, and batteries. Devlin Automotive and Truck will help you to clean up your property, and they're located just past Sunny Cove and is your full-service heavy truck and equipment center. Whether you're looking for truck and trailer service, new or used parts, towing and wrecker service, or looking to rent equipment, Devlin Automotive and Truck can do it all. Call 807-274-2991.
Hi, this is Chelsea Melander, consumer lender at TrueStar Federal Credit Union. A recreational loan is great for financing your outdoor winter activities. Want a new fish house so you can enjoy time with family and friends in the comforts of your home out on the ice? Need a new snowmobile to sled across the hard water and groomed trails? Get the most out of winter with a loan from TrueStar. Call today and make an appointment or apply online. Brighter banking at TrueStar, federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Good luck to the Bronco hockey teams this season from Rainy Lake Oil. For all your fuel, propane, lube, and chemical needs, call Rainy Lake Oil at 1-888-LAKE-OIL. Larry and his staff will take care of it all.
Go Broncos!
Ron's Auto Body of Fort Francis is proud to be sponsoring Fort Francis Muskie Sports. Ron's Auto Body specializes in all of your car collision and painting, auto glass repair, vehicle frame straightening, and truck accessories. With over 20 years of experience and having served the residents of Fort Francis and surrounding areas, Ron's Auto Body is proud of the work they do. Collisions are stressful enough without the added worry of repairing your vehicle. So if you've been in an accident, call Ron's Auto Body at 807-274-4400 today.
Welcome back here to Bronco Arena, and we do have a winner in our Coca-Cola trivia question. And Jim Malone, congratulations, just got me his name. He hit it exactly on the head on his second guess. His first guess was 47. His second guess was 54, right on the number. 54 winning seasons for the Broncos in their first 74 seasons of playing hockey. So Jim Malone, stop at the radio station to pick up your 6-pack of Coke. So again, Coca-Cola Bottling Company's been doing it since 1934, and they're happy to be sponsoring Bronco hockey this year. And pick up a 12-pack of Coke today. Not much scoring to run down here in that first period. The one goal at 16 seconds of the first period. Cooper Crandall, Julius Maish, and Colin Koshik got the assist. The shots on goal, 19-4 in favor of the Broncos. So 18 saves for Carson Lowry for the Muskies, 4 for Keaton Maish for the Broncos. 3 penalties taken by the teams in the first period. Rolstead took a cross check at 1:37. Tucker took a cross check for Fort Francis at 3:02. That created the 5-on-3. And then Shikowski took the tripping penalty with 21 point some seconds remaining in the period. A penalty that, well, I think he disagrees with, and a lot of fans here disagreed with, and even this announcer disagreed with. But nonetheless, the Muskies will be on the power play when the second period starts here. We are going to take a final break here on the Dent Shop and KDR Boutique Intermission Report. When we come back, period number 2 between the Muskies and the Broncos. You're listening to High School Boys Hockey on Lace Country 104.1, rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com.
The National
The Vice President and Branch Manager of Border Bank. If you own a business, you know how important having the right banker is to the success of your business. At Border Bank, we are proud to have earned the reputation of caring for our customers' business as if they were our own. We're more than business bankers, we're partners, and our customer success is our ultimate goal. If your business could use that kind of attention, reach out to me to explore what business banking at Border Bank can do for you. We're Border Bank, partnering with Northern Minnesota businesses since 1935. Member FDIC.
Back here at Bronco Arena, that power play for the Muskies, that is brought to you by Mr. Sub. At Mr. Sub of downtown Fort Francis, a lot has changed since 1968, but one thing remains the same. Mr. Sub's commitment to their original concept of selling quality subs, making them fresh, and serving them fast. Mr. Sub caters as well. Call them at 807-274-6310. And geez, I got to stop in and see Bobby. I haven't had a Mr. Sub in a little while. I probably need a fix, so I better get over there and see Bobby and the crew at Mr. Sub. They always make the tastiest sandwiches. The Bronco cheerleaders just finished up the school song. Shikowski heads across to the penalty box, steps in as, again, that Mr. Sub power play coming up here for the Muskies. They've got 1:39 remaining on it. For the Falls on the ice, you can have Cooper Crandall, Colin Koshik, Matt Worley, and Julius Maish. For the Muskies, you'll have Evan Cable. You'll have Tegan Rolstead. Let's see, make a turn there for me. That is, hate to say it that way, Grayson Brunell. Let's see, on the far side, you got Noah McPherson and also number 15, that is Ashton Armstrong. No, that is Barnsover, 19 and 15. Look close to the same. Those numbers are tough to tell. There's no numbers on the side for those Muskies. It makes it difficult sometimes to pick up those numbers when they are facing towards you when you can't see it. Brunell makes the steal, centering pass. That is cleared away. Wow, by Worley as he fired that in the corner. Koshik tried to clear, and it did just sneak out across the blue line. Koshik overskates it. Barnes has it. Barnes turns, has a stick lifted not once but twice by Koshik, who turns and fires it all the way down the ice. For 30 seconds into this second period, just over a minute remaining in the power play, the Mr. Sub power play for the Muskies. With speed up along the near wall, Cable into the Bronco zone. Gets pushed wide, in behind the net, far corner. Leaves it for McPherson, one-timer. That was deflected. Rolstead, a bouncing, flying puck at him. He tried to hit it out of the air, whiffed, and the Broncos able to clear it down the ice. Cable leaves it for McPherson. 45 remaining in the power play for the Muskies. McPherson gets to the Bronco blue line, has some speed, gets past the defense, skates in. Maish makes the save as McPherson tried to go high with that little flip over the shoulder. Broncos send it all the way down as they gain possession. Lowry out of his net. Leaves it for Tucker. 25 remaining in the power play. Tucker stops in behind his net. Right up the center of the ice now. Comes along the near wall. Gets it off to Brunell, who gets into the zone. Leaves it back for Tucker. He sent one towards the net. Max Dremel tried to clear, kept in by Booth. Shot from the far wall right into the breadbasket of Maish. He hangs on to it with 7 seconds remaining in the power play for the Muskies. 15:28 remaining in the second period. 1-0 on your Green's Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard in favor of International Falls. Green Brand Source Home Furnishing in downtown Fort Francis provide exceptional service and offer a wide variety of in-stock kitchen and laundry appliances, mattresses, and furniture. Face-off win by Max Dremel. Worley wraps it all the way around the boards, and they'll get all the way down the ice, and that will take care of the Mr. Sub power play. Lowry knocks it into the corner. Shikowski races across the ice to get to the bench. Dremel knocked off the puck, picked up by Tucker. Tucker tried to go off to LaPlante. He couldn't quite hang on to that one. Keep has it. Poked away by LaPlante. Left it off for McCormick. He has it knocked away by Worley. Keep knows the hit is coming. There's 4 black jerseys around him. He gets rid of the puck. Didn't take too big of a hit there from those guys. Ooh, there's a big collision, and Worley's going to go to the penalty box. As he got that elbow up a little bit, they're going to call it interference. Okay. The referees decided at in the intermission they're going to have to tighten this thing up or things are going to get away from them. Worley got that one up a little bit high. I thought it was going to be an elbow. Worley and Veldhuisen having a extended conversation on the way to the penalty box. Veldhuisen assisting him, ushering him over to the penalty box. This penalty is going to be called at 2:05. And back onto the Mr. Sub power play for the Fort Francis Muskies. Face off to the right of Keaton Maish. Face off comes to the wall, controlled by Fort Francis. Barnes skates parallel to the blue line. Takes a shot. That hits Shikowski and the shin guards, comes to the near wall. Picked up there by Rolstead. Rolstead on the near half wall. Shoots. That's knocked down by Julius Maish. Back to Rolstead. Cable at the point. Cross ice to Noah McPherson. McPherson looking. Comes back to the near wall. Rolstead has it there. To the end wall. Looking to center it. Broncos have that closed out. Back to Rolstead on the near side. Rolstead looking for a spot. McPherson, far side wrist shot that hit the side of the net and comes to Rolstead on the near side. I thought it maybe was in the back of the net the way it rippled. Rolstead turns on the speed on his backhand. Centering pass, deflected, goal. That's a dandy play right there. Rolstead got that off, I believe, to Brunell. I could not quite tell. And it is going to be Grayson Brunell. That is going to. On the sub power play, this goal at 2:52 of that second period. So we'll see where the assists go, if there's one more than what I gave, as we get back to a center ice. Just one assist, and it is going to be 11 from 5 it says, but I'm pretty sure it was 21. That's where I'm going, unless I can't read Mark's rating. Here come the Muskies. Veldhuisen kicks it into the zone. Zahn races back to pick it up for the Broncos. In behind his own cage. Out the far side. Backhands it along the wall. That's knocked down by LaPlante. Allen to Julius Maish on the near side. Max Dremel up to Parker Olson. First time I've seen him on the ice. Knocked into the far corner. It was a 21. I just couldn't quite read his writing. So Rolstead picks up the assist. The goal goes to Grayson Burnell. We're tied at 1 on your Greens Brand Source Furnishing home furnishing scoreboard, excuse me. Puck in the Muskie zone. Tucker has it in the corner as we come back to play. Near side Veldhuizen tries to chip it off the wall, kept in by Maish. He dumps it into the corner. Wilson in behind his own net. Knocks it further along in the corner. Parker Olson gets there to stop it. Try to kick it along. Wilson knocked that away. Comes into the near corner. Tucker will get there first for the Muskies. Tried to clear, kept in by Crandall. In behind the Muskie net, now into the far corner. Wilson races after it. Broncos changing out personnel. Muskies almost got him in the I think maybe Wilson was thinking maybe I can get them with too many men on the ice. Keep him behind the net. He takes a bump there from one of the Muskie players, and now back the other way. Here comes Fort Francis. LaPlante digging through neutral. Loose puck into the corner. Veldhuizen fires it into the far corners. The Muskies changing out the other 4 bodies that were on the ice. Worley knocked out the puck. Zahn has it. He avoids a check there from Rupenstein. Now along the wall, the 2 teams dig after it. Puck comes loose. Rupenstein kicks it towards the front of the net. Knocked away. Knocked out to neutral by Crandall. It's got enough energy to make it all the way down, and it will be icing coming up here on the Falls. It's brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the Borderland area. I think that's the first time I've said that tonight, so that must be the first icing call on the Broncos. 12-12 remaining in the second period. 1-1 is your score on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one tomorrow at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. I was just over there yesterday, and they took very good care of me there with my little problem. Face-off win by the Broncos. Jake Olson overskates the puck. Centering pass by Lepage. That's knocked away by the Broncos. And out to center. Here's Skifstead. Chips it far side to Jake Olson, who knocks it into the zone. Engie gets back to pick it up. Leaves it in behind the net for Booth. Booth turns. Pressure there by Skifstead. Leaves it out the far side. Rupenstein. Bouncing puck. Skifstead. Goal! Unassisted for Braden Skifstead. Just a turnover. I don't think Engie ever or Booth, one of the two, whichever one. As he got hit in the body with it. And we'll see if my assessment is correct. They are going to give an assist. They're going to give 2 assists. 6 from 7 and 11. So Nate Dremel and Jackson Reiner's picking up assists. I thought it was a pure straight up turnover, but man, what do I know? Face-off win by the Broncos as we come back to it. Allen backhands it in the zone. Cable sends it all the way around. Schakowsky will get there first. He knocks it back in behind the net. Max Dremel tried to center it. Allen was right there, but McPherson and Evan Cable took that away, opportunity away. Out to center. Allen pokes it into the zone. Dremel. Max races after it. Cable gets there first, however. He knocks it around the boards. Knocked out to center. Far side. Who's going to get there first? Julius Maish gets a piece there. A little bump on the far side. The crowd making a little bit more out of that than there was. Chown fires it in. All the way into the far corner from the near side. Maish takes a bump there from Armstrong. Puck off the side of the net. And the goaltender Maish says, you know what? I'm going to cover that up. Make sure we get new bodies out here. Exactly 11 minutes remaining in the second period. 2-1 here on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard in favor of International Falls. Faceoff will come to the left of Maish. It'll be Cooper Crandall versus Tegan Rolstead at the dot. Faceoff win by Crandall. Leaves it along the end wall for Maish. Keep trying to poke it out, and he did get past Tucker. Picked up by Koshik. He just onside. Skates to the dot. Shoots. Saved by Lowry, and he hangs on to it. I got him right in the breadbasket, and he didn't let any rebound come along on that. 10:49 remaining here in that second period. Shots on goal 21-10 in favor of the Broncos. So it's 6-2 in favor of the Muskies here in the second period. Face off to the left of Lowry. One back by Crandall. Zahn shot. That's a high riser off the stick of Mace just over the crossbar. Out front, backhanded shot by Crandall. That's knocked away by Lowry and the Muskie defense into the far corner. Teams battle for the puck there. 2 from each team. Sticks going in every direction. Finally comes loose. Wilson will get it for the Muskies. In behind the net to Tucker. Tucker along the near wall to Brunel. His clearing pass. Knocked down, picked up by Tucker. He goes out to neutral. Into the zone with it. There's a shot. Mace loves that off the stick of Barnes. And that stops the clock with 10:16 left here. That pass to Braden Skifstead on that goal, brought to you by Northern Lumber. Free estimates, delivery to your worksite, and paint matching. Northern Lumber, everything to build anything. Located on Highway 53 at 307th Street in International Falls. Face off to the left of Mace. Skifstead versus McCormick. One back by the Broncos. They've won their share in the face-off dot tonight. Nate Dremel gets it out. Tried to get it off there to Jake Olson. Skifstead knocks it into the zone on the backhand. Picks it up. Skates, shoots, wrister high up over the crossbar. That one was going up in a hurry. Reiners pinches in. Knocks it in behind the net. He'll chase it down. Him and McCormick do battle. Centering pass from Reiners. Deflected to the near wall. Veldhuisen. Cross-ice pass. Knocked away by Nate Dremel. Got it to Skifstead. Picked up Jake. Ooh, there's a quick shot. How did he get that much on it? And it went over the top of the crossbar. Kept in at the point by Nate Dremel. Throws it off the wall. Kicked back forward the other direction by the Muskies, and now they skate out. Possible odd man rush here for Booth. He dumps it in. He'll chase. Getting there first is going to be Worley. He fires it all the way around the boards, and this will be an icing call on the Broncos. Not a bad choice. Oh, they're going to wave that off. Never mind. Why do I want to keep saying that way? Evan Cable was back there. We got to get it out of my brain, folks. Down the ice it goes. Worley knocks that away as they were looking for Rupenstein at the blue line. Back through neutral. Loose puck. Wow. Crandall and Allen and Max Dremel collide. You don't want to collide with your own teammate. 9 minutes remaining in the second period. 2-1. International Falls leading it here in the border battle as Engel and Shakowski jousting here in the corner. Turnover. Shakowski backhands one right out front. Koshik spinning like a whirling dervish, and he knocks it over the top of the net. Wilson in the corner. Back into the near corner. Gene has it there. He backhands it down the ice. Worley picks it up just as it goes into the Bronco zone. Comes along the near wall. Avoids a check there. Gene picked off the pass. Got it to Rupenstein. And unable to stay onside with Lepage. And 8:22 remaining here in the second period. 2-1 here on your Greens Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard. Things have kind of settled down with the penalties. On the ice for the Muskies now, you've got Gene on the forward line. You've got Armstrong. And that is Lepage. Your defense, you've got Mossbeck. And that is Tucker, I believe, on the other side. Yes, it is. Face-off win by the Broncos. They flip it towards the Bronco zone, the Muskie zone. Koshik has it. Backhand, centering pass. Knocked away. This had a big play by Mossbeck to kick that one away. Got a stick on it and then kicked it into the corner. Broncos keep it in at the point. Mace fires it in behind the Muskie net. Mossbeck. Armstrong. Tried to clear. Kept in by Crandall. Crandall takes a big bump from Mossbeck as the puck goes loose into the corner. Tucker behind his own net, lays on the brakes. Comes back in the near side to Mossbeck. Mossbeck goes cross ice, gets it out of the zone. That gets past Mace. Gene couldn't quite find the handle on it to the far wall where Mace has it. Tucker knocks that down with his left hand. Pokes it into the Broncos zone. 7:35 remaining in period number 2. D-to-D pass to Zahn. Keep knocks it up. Picking it up there was Koshik. Kind of a lazy type rolling puck. He just couldn't handle it. Here comes Noah McPherson. Nothing lazy about this young man. He can skate like the wind, and a good job by Julius Mace to poke check that puck away from him. Puck comes into the corner. Picked up there by Jake Olson. Tried to knock it off the wall. Knocked down by Engie. Zahn picks it up off the wall. Cross ice pass for Koshik. He turns, slaps it in to the Muskie zone, and they'll change out that forward line for the Broncos. Along the near wall, Jake Olson taking all kinds of abuse from Chown and Engie as the Muskies come away with the puck. They fired into the far corner. With it there, Armstrong. He takes a bump from Worley. Puck comes loose out to neutral. Skifstead slaps it back in to the Muskie zone. Booth in behind his own net. Gets past Skifstead. Avoids Nate Dremel. Oh, no, they're going to call a penalty on that. Yeah, kind of got the stick out there a little bit as Nate Dremel is going to get the hooking call. And the Muskies going to go back onto the Mr. Sub power play. So Dremel with the hook. 10:22 is the time of the penalty. This Mr. Sub power play, Mr. Sub of downtown Fort Francis, a lot has changed since 1968, but one thing remains the same. Mr. Sub's commitment to their original concept of selling quality subs, making them fresh and serving them fast. Face off to the left of Maish. Koshik versus Rolstead. Koshik won it back, but nobody yet to possess the puck. It's in the corner, tied up there. As we are on the Mr. Sub power play. Burnell had it momentarily, now it's Barnes. He wheels up along the far half wall. Sends a sharp angle shot. That went up over the top, off the glass, but just kept in by Cable. Cable to Rolstead along the near half wall. He skates in, shoots. That deflected or got to Nation. He knocked it away to the far corner. Koshik sends it all the way down the ice. Evan Cable from a pass from Lowry. From behind his own net, wheels up the center of the ice. With speed. Splits through a couple of white jerseys. Lost an edge and then pokes it into the corner as he was on his knees. He picks the puck back up there. Cross ice pass looking for Rolstead coming down the near side. That didn't quite connect. Rolstead tried to go backside for McPherson as he was sneaking in on the back door. To the point, Cable. Wrist shot. That hits traffic. I believe it hit Burnell. Ooh, that one maybe almost got the referee. Cable kept it in as the point. He fires it all the way around to the far corner along the boards. Getting there first is Koshik. He pokes it along. Cable has it at neutral. 55 remaining in the Mr. Sub power play for Fort Francis. Cable regroups. Cross ice to Noah McPherson. He heads up the far side. Into the Broncos zone. Shoots and sends that one high up over the top of Maish. Rolstead kept it in at the near point. His pass deflected into the corner. LaPlante has it there. Clyde tries to backhand one towards the net. That's picked off by Julius Nation. He sends it down the ice. Racing back to pick it up, Alex Booth. 30 remaining in the power play. Still in the boxes, Nate Dremel here for the Falls. Booth from behind his net, now into the Broncos zone, into the far corner. Sharp angle shot, that missed the mark. Can he keep it in? Jackson Tucker? No. Regroup at neutral. 10 remaining in the power play. McCormick into the zone. Had it poked away by Shakowski. Tucker picks it up. He puts one out in front. Skifstead turns, flips it all the way down the ice. That will take care of the Mr. Sub power play. Lowry leaves it for Booth. Nate Drummel just out of the penalty box. He's going to put on the aggressive forecheck. Booth avoids him, backhands it into the corner where Tucker will pick it up. He comes up along the wall. Hits the skate of Zahn, but McCormick picks it up. He skates in. Zahn knocked him up. Loose puck. LaPlante waiting, shoots, and scores. LaPlante just waited, and he made Maish commit. And Maish went left, and the puck went the other way, and we are... goal. Hockey game, this battle between these two longtime rivals as it is meeting number 87 tonight, 88, excuse me, along the way here. 49-37-1. The Falls leads it on the all-time series. So we'll see what we get on the assists here from the PA guy when he gets a moment. Puck is back in play. I'm going to get it written down here. Reiner sends it out to neutral. 13 from 4. Thank you very much. Getting the assist is going to be Callum McCormick on the goal by LaPlante. Muskies have it in their own end. Clearing pass kept in at the point. Shot by Reiners right on to Lowry. He covers it up as coming in was Koshik and Keep to see if they could find a rebound. Muskies going to trade out their personnel here as Cable, Burnell, Barnes, Rolstead, and looks like Booth out there. Face off to the right of Lowry. Allen will take the face-off for the Broncos. He's got Shakowski and Max Drummel with him. Julius Mace, the shot, that deflected out to center where it's picked up by Zahn. So now you got all 10 skaters as the Broncos tag up. Cable from behind his own net, overskated it, now picks it up in the far corner. Along the wall to Barnes. Knocked away by Drummel, back into the, behind the Muskie net. Cable, he'll try it again on the near side. Cross ice pass, Barnes has it there. Pressured by Allen, avoids it with a 360 spin. Taken away by Max Drummel to Shakowski. He goes to Allen. Allen couldn't quite hang on to that puck, but he races it down along the wall to Shakowski behind the net. Centering pass, Drummel couldn't get much on that one as Lowry was right there. That would have taken a heck of a shot by Max Drummel to get that one up over the big, tall goaltender in Lowry, even though he was down in the butterfly. And then Max Drummel plays the pinball amongst the Muskie players there. There was 3 of them around there kind of giving them the jostle. Clock stops, 3:18 remaining here in the second period. 2-2 on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard. Shots on goal in the game, 23-13 in this period. That means it's 9-4 in favor of the Muskies. That feels about right, as they've outscored the Broncos on the scoreboard 2-1 this period, as the Broncos led it 1-0 after 17 minutes. Face off to the left of Lowry. McPherson versus Crandall. He wins it back. Slap shot by Worley. That's deflected by McPherson, as he brings it into the zone. Lost the handle it. Cross ice for Armstrong. He picks it up along the wall. Crandall bumps him off the puck. Chown along the end wall. Has it taken away. Koshik looking to see where anybody's going to be coming from behind. He's tied up with Wilson along the half wall. Now joining in 3 other players as those two continue to contest the puck. In behind the Bronco net now. Crandall has it. Crandall wheels up along the near wall. Goes to Koshik at neutral. He's into the zone. Far side. Let's go with a slap shot that hits up into the netting. We get a whistle with 2:38 left in the second period. Stay tuned for our intermission report brought to you by the Dent Shop and KDR Boutique. We'll get you updated on the scoring here and the scores that are going on around the area, as we've got Fort Francis Muskie girls volleyball and boys basketball in action. The Bronco girls basketball team is in action, and the Bronco boys swimming and diving team is also in action. Of course, we'll have it all covered for you on the morning show tomorrow morning. Face-off win for the Broncos. Reiners has it at the point. Worley avoids a poke check of Veldhuizen. Goes to the far wall. Makes another move. Has it poked away there by Mosbeck, and then Muskie's back the other way. Cross-ice pass looking for Veldhuizen. He'll chase it down as he gets into the zone. Dumps it in behind the Bronco net. Skifstead along the wall. Can he get it out? Yeah, he gets it just past Mosbeck. Mosbeck races back to pick it up. Gets it to McCormick. Taken away there by the Broncos. Skifstead. He barrels through Mosbeck. Man, that's 2 big boys there hitting. That could have been a vicious collision along the near wall. Now to the far side for the Muskies as they skate it out. McCormick tips it into the zone. Zahn tips it back out. Nate Dremel backhands it with a sweeping motion in behind the Muskie net as he heads for the bench with 1:50 remaining in the second period. Mosbeck back into the near corner. Veldhuizen chips it along, kept in by Zahn. He fires one to the end wall. Not really a shot at the net, just trying to dump it back in. Muskies have it there. Muskie player had to avoid the referee there. That was Tucker, and the Muskies will get it back into the Broncos zone. Maish in front of his own net, looking for Shikowski. That doesn't connect, and got past Dremel as well. No icing there. I'm not sure why, folks. I can't figure it out. Puck loose in the corner. Shikowski. I had to look up to see if there was a penalty or something that I had forgotten about, because in my mind, that can happen in my old age. Dremel to the point to Julius Maish. Wrist shot. That gets onto the goaltender, Lowry, and Shikowski. I maybe got a piece of that. Maybe got a piece of the glove and or stick of Lowry, and the Broncos regain the lead at 3-2. We'll see what we get here from the officials. It looks like Maish is going to get credit for it. So we'll see what we got here from my PA man, Mark. 2 and 5 and 13 will get the assist. So Max Dremel and Shikowski will get the assist. 1 minute now remaining in the second period. Broncos now lead at 3-2 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard, as Colin Koshik was just offside trying to get out of the zone before the puck went in. Face-off just outside of the Muskie zone along the near wall. 56.6 seconds remaining. Poked into the Muskie zone. Koshik picks it up. He skates to the wall. Shot. That's just off of the glove, I believe, of Lowry as it comes to the near wall. Kept in by Worley. Onto the goaltender, Lowry, who blades that into the far corner. Picked up there by Cable. Looking for Brunel along the near wall. Worley comes in, knocks it back in behind the net. Cable has it there. Back checking his keep. Great job of Cable at 180 that and get past keep all at the same time. Cross ice pass. Deflected by the Broncos, knocked out to center. Here come the Muskies. Rolstead tries to get past Worley. Worley did a great job of stopping that opportunity. Centering pass. Oh my gosh, that hit a skate and it went right along the crease line, folks. It looked like it had spin on it, English, as it went around and somehow missed the near side. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Puck bounding through neutral. Finally picked up by Crandall. He runs into Keep, and Keep was trying to get out of his way, but he couldn't get skinny enough. He tried to be a dot, and he couldn't become a dot. He was a mass. He was three-dimensional. Couldn't get out of the way. That is the horn for the end of the second period. Both teams scored twice in this second frame, as the Broncos are going to lead it by a score of 3-2 on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing and Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboards. I might as well just give it all to them right there. As we go to the break, the Broncos lead it by a score of 3-2. You're listening to Muskie and Bronco Hockey right here on Lakes Country 104.1 and rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com.
Hi, this is Chris Lassila, Vice President and Branch Manager of Border Bank. If you own a business, you know how important having the right banker is to the success of your business. At Border Bank, we are proud to have earned the reputation of caring for our customers' business as if they were our own. We're more than business bankers, we're partners, and our customer success is our ultimate goal. If your business could use that kind of attention, reach out to me to explore what business banking at Border Bank can do for you. We're Border Bank, partnering with Northern Minnesota businesses since 1935. Member FDIC.
Revco Home Improvement Center is proud to be sponsoring Fort Francis Muskie Sports. Under new ownership, Revco is the one-stop shop for all your home renovation and improvement needs. Kitchen and bath renovations are their specialties, but they will tackle any project. Revco Home Improvement Center is also your area beachcomber hot tub dealer, so stop at 950 Fifth Street in Fort Francis, call 807-274-7918, or go online at RevcoHomeImprovements.com to talk about a free quote for your home improvement project.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, it's the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself.
Now is a great time to visit Falls Lumber Company's Design Center. We heat this building with fireplaces and stoves so you can feel the warmth, see how they burn, and check out which one is best for your home, cabin, or shack. We sell some of the best name brands in business: Cozy Heat, Yodel, Hearthstone, Napoleon, Regency, and more. Check out Falls Lumber Company's Design Center, something for everyone. 201 4th Street in the Falls.
Winter got an early start this year, and the Sports Shop has a great selection of winter sports gear in stock. From hockey skates to figure skates and hockey gear to sticks, and we have you covered from head to toe. Of course, we will offer skate sharpening, heat fitting, and skate repair. Snowshoes are a great way to get outside and enjoy the winter wonderland, and the Sports Shop has snowshoes for all ages. We're restocking our supply of Bronco apparel, and have your students stop in to try on that Falls High leather jacket. If you're already thinking about spring, we have bikes in stock, and we do bike repairs all year long. All of this and more at the Sports Shop in downtown International Falls. Welcome back here to Bronco Arena for our second intermission, and it's brought to you by KDR Boutique. They are located at 272 Scott Street. They've got women's and girls' clothing, purses, shoes, and accessories, and it's also brought to you by the Den Shop, at 1712 First Avenue West in International Falls. It is the place to take your vehicle when you have a fender bender. They also have Rhino Pro protective linings, car starters, and lithium batteries. The Den Shop, 218-285-9593. Pardon me as I work through my, I don't know what this is. Well, I do know what it was, but I can't believe that I could still have the RSV virus since December, but they said it would hang on for a while, and if that's what it is, it has hung on for better than a month. It's time for it to go away, folks, if it's that's what it is. 3-2 here at Bronco Arena. The Broncos leading it 2 goals by each team. Shots on goal, 9-7 that period in favor of the Muskies. And I would say they had the better of the play, some good opportunities, but the Broncos made the most of their opportunities as well, as both teams scored twice. And boy, when these two teams played back in December, I felt to me like the Muskies had the better of the play. Now, if you think back to that game, I think that was the Broncos' 4th game of the season. The Muskies had played somewhere probably close to 20 at that time. I'm not trying to make excuses, but they looked like the more veteran team. I would say the teams look very even in this contest tonight, as the Broncos playing their 20th game of the season tonight, and the Muskies probably in the mid-30s by now, I'm sure. So you just look at it that way, and the experience of both teams probably equaling out here a little bit. but it was a fun second period. It was enjoyable to watch. If you're watching it on yourliveevent.com, we hope you're enjoying it. And I'm hoping if I'm describing it the best I can to you, if you're listening to it on the radio, we're appreciating you listening. Again, a good crowd here. If you're comparing it, if you were here maybe for the St. Paul Johnson game, maybe not quite as many people here this evening as there were here for that St. Paul Johnson game, but a good crowd nonetheless. And the crowd is into it. Every hit, there's a oohs and ahs, and the people are up and they're cheering. And the kids, are feeding off of that energy. So it makes it for a lot of fun here at Bronco Arena. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll run down the scoring, penalties, shots on goal, saves, and all that stuff. And we'll get you updated also on the scores of the games going on around the area. We've got good news for Muskie fans. You're listening to Bronco and Muskie Boys Hockey on Lakes Country 104.1 and rjbroadcasting.com, and you're watching it on yourliveevent.com. D. McCool Transport and Dirt and Forest Products is a trucking company with a main focus on the forestry logging industry based out of Fort Francis. D. McCool Transport and Dirt and Forest Products is looking for drivers and operators. Call 807-274-6364, email office.mccool@gmail.com, or stop at 1408 Sunset Drive in Fort Francis and make an appointment for an interview.
Howard Cenex East invites you to see all they have to offer. Cenex East carries Canadian bakery bread, Wisconsin's best meat and cheese sticks, and other healthy snacks, along with a wide variety of chips, candy, and beverages. Howard Cenex East offers a 7-cent per gallon discount on gas and fuel when paying with cash. Hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, and closed on Sunday. If you're looking for fun and rewarding jobs, stop into Cenex East and pick up an application. Howard Cenex East, Highway 53.
Hometown Hobby and Crafts is your headquarters for all your craft and school projects. Hometown Hobby and Crafts has a large selection of colored paper, tag board, markers, colored pencils, and more to make that school project pop. Hometown Hobby and Crafts has yarn, fabric, stencil art, and baking supplies. They also have a large selection of puzzles and board games. Hometown Hobby and Crafts at 327 3rd Street in downtown International Falls, or call at 283-2211. Buy local to keep our community strong.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Degagne Construction Kitchen and Bath Plus is a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports and Lakers hockey. Stop at 650 5th Street West to see Degagne's showroom, where you can look at their selection of cabinets for your kitchen or bath, prefabricated benches, and they can tackle that project for the interior or exterior of your home. With 35 years of experience, Degagne Construction can build anything from garages to custom-built homes. If it's time for an upgrade, you go to Degagne Construction. Call 807-274-2995 or like them on Facebook.
City Drug, your community Health Mart pharmacy, invites you to eat well and live better with Frontier Soups. Gluten-free, non-GMO, no added salt or preservatives. The homemade minute mixes offer a variety of easy-to-prepare soups. South of the Border Tortilla and Chicago Bistro French Onion are best-selling favorites. Try Minnesota Heartland 11 Bean Soup or the always popular Rocky Mountain Trail Loaded Potato Soup. Frontier Soups, clearly made from ingredients you know. City Drug Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Back here at Bronco Arena, we are in our second intermission, brought to you by the Dent Shop and KDR Boutique. Let's get you caught up on what's going around the area. I hope I primed you enough to get you to come back and listen to what I had to say about the Muskies. The Muskie Winter Court teams were on the floor at home today against Dryden. The Muskie boys senior basketball team had already wrapped up the #1 seed for the playoffs coming up next week. The junior girls volleyball team had already wrapped up the #1 seed. The senior girls volleyball team, they were looking for the #1 seed. They were tied at 6-2 with Dryden going into tonight's match, and the Muskies win it in 5 sets as they take down, and they are going to be 7-2. They're going to be the #1 seed going into the playoffs next week, and that makes life a little bit simpler. But boy, that also puts a target on your back, but exciting as the senior Muskie girls volleyball team and senior boys basketball teams and the junior girls volleyball team will all be the #1 seed at next week's championships. That is going to be on the 17th of February. And if my memory serves me correctly, in Dryden, I don't have, well, here, I can find it here very quickly. If I do just this, Give me a second to be sure. And the Norwassa Championships in Dryden. Yes, so my memory served me correctly. Also going on at the Falls High Gym, the JV girls beat Nashwauk-Keewatin convincingly, and the Bronco girls varsity team is up 36-9 at halftime. And what else is going on? One more thing going on. The boys swimming and diving team was down at Mesabi East. The varsity team lost by a score of 93-72, and the JV team lost by a score of 45-28. And of course, we'll get this all posted for you afterwards on Facebook and Twitter if you follow along. And I try to keep up to date on everything that's going on with local sports on those two sites. So I've got the Bronco Facebook page and Twitter page, and then we also have the radio station Facebook and Twitter pages. So if you don't want to follow 4 of them, you can follow one of them. Whether you're at Twitter or Facebook, a lot of people have asked me to go elsewhere, and I'm just like, I don't have enough time when I'm doing it. But having said that, if you want to keep up with what's going on before we get to the morning sports, that is the best way to do it, is to follow on there, as I try to get everything updated there. Sometimes things fall through the cracks. I don't get there. On Thursday night, before I forget, we're going to have a doubleheader of hockey. The Bronco boys right back here for a big IRC battle with the Greenway Area Raiders. That game is important, not so much because it's an IRC game, because it's a Section 7A game. And if the Broncos can win that game, they would be tied with Greenway 1-1 on the season. Those two teams are looking to be the 6th seed. 6th seed means you don't have to play in the quarterfinals on Saturday, February 18th, and move on right into the quarterfinals on Tuesday, the 21st. So that is the key. So the Broncos' big game on Thursday night. This is a big game. I think Thursday's night's game is just as big, or if not bigger, if you're looking at the playoff side of it, as the Broncos will play that. I mentioned we're going to have a doubleheader. The Bronco girls hockey team, they're into the playoffs already. They're going to be at Thief River Falls. That game starts at 6 o'clock from the Little Ralph there in Thief River Falls. I will be at that game. Sheldon Willis will be here with Michael Bolstead. They will be on the call here for the Greenway Raiders and the International Falls Bronco boys hockey game. So the girls will be on the Bear, and the Bronco boys will be on the Lakes Countryside. So there you go. That gets you all caught up. If you can believe it or not, I'm not going to have any sports on Friday. We'll have Coach's Corner for you on Saturday. Bronco girls basketball, I can confirm, already going to be there. They begged me to be on this weekend. I'm like, hey, if you guys want to come on, you absolutely come on. Nothing on Sunday, nothing on Monday, and then Tuesday we've got swimming as the Bronco boys take on Chisholm. So after Thursday, there's going to be 5 days off. Oh, thank you. It is National Pizza Day on Thursday as well. I forgot about that. Thank you, Dwayne, as I will be on assignment on Thursday heading for Thief River, along with something else going on there. But the big thing is it is National Pizza Day. I believe Dwayne's going to be giving away over 20 pizzas on Thursday. All you got to do is listen to Lakes Country 104.1, the morning show, and then throughout the day, probably going to be giving away 3 to 4 pizzas per hour. So you don't want to miss out your chance. And who doesn't like pizza? Come on. So make sure you're listening. Even if you're out of town, you can listen on the app. You can listen on your phone. You can listen on your computer while you're at work. And you still can call in. And we got pizzas in Virginia. I did due diligence. I went to Virginia last week and got Pizza Hut pizza for people to win. Holy smokes. We better take the final break here. The cheerleaders are picking up Chuck-a-Puck. We're going to come back with the third period. Your score. Whoa, you know what I didn't do? I didn't run down the scoring yet. I got so excited about everything else, I almost forgot. Let's do that. At 2:52 of the second period, on the power play, scoring the goal for the Fort Francis Muskies to tie it at 1 was Grayson Burnell. The assist goes to Tegan Rolstead, and we were tied at 1. Just over 2 minutes later, International Falls regains the lead at 2-1. Braden Skifstead, the assist go to Nate Dremel and to Jackson Reiners, and it was 2-1. Just 7 minutes later, getting the tying goal for Fort Francis was Clyde LaPlante on a nifty move right out in front of the net. The assist goes to Callum McCormick. We were tied at 2, but not to be dismayed. The Broncos come back and take their third lead of the hockey game. Julius Mace from the point, assist to Max Dremel and to Noah Shakowski. That's where we set 3-2 after 2 periods. 2 penalties in that second period, both of them to the Broncos. Worley for interference at 2:05. Nate Dremel for a hook at 10:22. Shots on goal, 9-7. The saves in that period, Maish 7, Lowry 5, so Maish has a 2-period total of 11. Lowry has a 2-period total of 23. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We're going to come back with period number 3. You're listening to Muskies and Bronco Boys Hockey. Good luck to the Bronco hockey teams this season from Rainy Lake Oil. For all your fuel, propane, lube, and chemical needs, call Rainy Lake Oil at 1-888-LAKE-OIL. Larry and his staff will take care of it all.
Go Broncos!
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Back here at Bronco Arena, and welcome back to the Rainy River Minnesota North College Press Box. Start your voyage at Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River Minnesota North College, 218-285-7722. Speaking of Rainy River, every time I read that, I think about the basketball teams. The men's team, big win on Saturday at Central Lakes. That gets them back to 8-2. They're tied for first place in the Northern Division with a week and a half to go, and it should be a dandy one. They get Hibbing tomorrow, and then they're at home on Saturday. So if you haven't had a chance to get out and watch Rainy River teams, and I haven't because of the schedules, maybe you want to fit that into your schedule this weekend. We're ready for third period hockey. The Muskies going left to right in this third period. Face-off is controlled by McCormick. Comes back into the Muskie zone. With it there is Tucker. Cross ice to Cable. Cable has it along the near wall. Skates up and leaves it there for LaPlante. LaPlante hits McCormick in stride. He skates in. Leaves it off the far wall to Veldhuisen. He fires it around the wall. Comes to the near side. Cable flips it back into the corner. Crandall gets there first. Avoids a check. Gets it off to Maish, who flips it up and out to Koshik, who skates into the Muskie zone. Try to get past Cable. He's not having anything to do with that. Ooh, Koshik takes a big knock there from McCormick. Puck comes bouncing to the far wall. That was Veldhuisen on the hit correction. There's a shot and a glove save by Lowry. Not sure how he saw it, but he saw it all the way, got that glove up high. Maybe it was going to go over the top of the crossbar. 41 seconds in the third period. 3-2 on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard. Green Brand Source Home Furnishing in downtown Fort Francis provides exceptional service and offers a wide variety of in-stock kitchen and laundry appliances, mattresses, and furniture. Love it, live it. Face off to the left of Lowry. This looks like it will be Rupenstein versus Max Dremel, I believe. No, that is McPherson. Slap shot from the point, saved by Lowry off the stick of Worley. Coming out with it. Here comes the Muskies. Armstrong dumps it in. Maish settles the puck down in behind. Worley knocks it in the corner. Armstrong gets to it first. He passes it right to Max Dremel, who skates to the far corner. Flips it up off the board. Allen will get there first. Skates along the far wall. Gets to the dot. Sharp angle shot. Lowry, there's a rebound. Where's it at? Ooh, it's on the stick of Armstrong as he fires it around. Lowry couldn't quite find the handle on that. Tchaikovsky goal from a knee on a big slap shot, and he gives the Broncos a 4-2 lead. I think Tchaikovsky was... Here. I think the officials have had just about enough of the stuff being thrown on the ice in between after the goals. And I think, I don't know if they're going to say anything or not, but we'll see if we get the assist here on the goal by Tchaikovsky at 1:11 of the third period. Looks like we're going to get a pair of assists, 10 and 16. So picking up the assists are going to be Matt Worley and Royce Allen. Linesman clears everything off the ice as we wait. And the linesman heads back out here. So, looking there, I'm just making sure, yeah, well, the Broncos have had 4 shots on goal through the first minute 11 of this period. Reiners off the face-off win by Crandall, fires it in, goes all the way around the boards. Brunel had it there, poked away by Koshik. He takes a big hit from Rolstead. Puck comes loose, out towards the point. Reiners tried to pinch in, push pass, and now picking it up with a head of steam is Barnes. Barnes, ridden wide by Worley, knocks it into the far corner. Pitching in is going to be Mosbeck, picked up by Crandall. He flips it into the corner where Reiners knocks it along the wall, intercepted by Brunel. Back to Mosbeck, who pokes it in behind the Bronco net. Worley has it knocked away. Backhand into the far corner by Brunel. Worley gets there, avoids the check of Mosbeck. I'd have tried to avoid that as well. I don't know how much bravity. Is that a word, bravity? How brave I would have been going into that corner. Here comes Koshik with big Mosbeck bearing down on me. Puck comes loose into the corner. Team's bumping. Not really worried about where the puck is. More worried about giving somebody a bump. Maish keeps it in at the point. He floats one along the wall. Koshik behind the net. Leaves it there. Looking for Jake Olson, but it's intercepted by Tucker. Kept in by Zahn. Zahn, wrist shot. That's a save by the goaltender. Lowry comes to the near wall. Nate Dremel knocks it behind the net. Koshik has it there. Out to the point. Maish, top of the circle. Wrist shot. High riser. Goaltender got a blocker on that. And Lowry up into the netting. And then players falling over each other. And they get up and say, don't do that. And I didn't mean to do it. And you go sit down. And I'm sure there were some other words in there that I probably can't say on the radio. 14:30 remaining in the third period. 4-2 in favor of International Falls on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one tomorrow at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. We're going to give that save, the save of the period, brought to you by Norland Oil. They're a proud sponsor of Muskie Sports this season. They're located at 6115 Highway 1171 on the west side of Emo. Norland Oil is your source for bulk and retail fuel in the Rainy River District. Face-off win by Skifstead. Picked up by Jake Olson. His shot deflected away by Gene. Cleared out to center by Booth, and that's going to have too much on it. That's going to be an icing call coming up here on the Muskies. Haven't had a lot of icing calls in this game. This one brought to you by Ed Kahn & Sons. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Ed Kahn & Sons located west of Fort Francis on Highway 1171. Call 807-274-6246 with your questions about Benjamin Moore paints or building supplies or whatever Ed Kahn & Sons can help you with. Face off to the left of Lowry. Face-off is tied up. Somehow that got close to the net. Knocked away by the Muskies. Looking for Rupenstein. That's out of his reach, but picking up is Lepage. Lepage into the zone. Had it poked away by Maish. Rupenstein knocked off the puck by Nate Dremel. Jake Olson skates in behind his own net. Far wall. Clearing attempt. Kept in by Lepage. Now kept in by Wilson, and now kicked out by Nate Dremel. Tied up along the far wall right in front of the Bronco bench. And the Broncos fired all the way down the ice. Thought that should have been icing, but no icing. All right. Up along the near wall, Lepage tips it into the Broncos zone. Reiners races back. Gina ahead of steam on the forecheck. Pokes it along the wall, just off the bench. McCormick. He's bumped off the puck by Max Dremel. Schakowski, who just scored the goal for the Falls, chips it down the ice. Cable in his own zone. Near wall, LaPlante. Skipped over his stick, but he'll pick it up as he comes into the Broncos zone. Flips it in behind Keaton Maish. Worley gets there first. He's pinned up along the wall by Veldhuizen. Loose puck picked up by LaPlante. He dumped it out to the point. Unfortunately for the Muskies, there was nobody there. Engie to Booth. Back to Engie. Engie looking up through center. That's going to be an icing call. Brought to you by Ed Kahn & Sons. It's your place to purchase Benjamin Moore paints in Fort Francis. 13:06 remaining here in the third period. 4-2 on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard in favor of the International Falls Broncos. They have never trailed in this game. They led 1-0. The Muskies tied it. They led 2-1 to the Falls. The Muskies tied it. Now the Broncos have scored 2 consecutive goals here. There's your recap in case you're just joining us. Face-off win out to Worley. His shot deflected away there by Veldhuizen. Puck comes to the near wall. McCormick gets it out to center. That got past Reiners. Veldhuizen got LaPlante with him. Goes to Clyde. Clyde skates in. Good back check there by Royce Allen, and then he runs into the goaltender Maish with a little help from Allen. Net comes off of the moorings. You're welcome, Mike. And we'll get a whistle here with 12:51 remaining in the third period. Good opportunity there for the Muskies on that rush. And the referees are discussing life. And we're going to get a face-off to the left of Keaton Maish. I don't think there's going to be any penalties. I don't think there's going to be any whatever here. They're going to let things play out as I think they should. Broncos are going to make a late change here as Crandall, Keep, and Koshik will come out for that forward line. And we're going to have a discussion here with the referee, and I can't see who that is. It's got I can see the number 4 now on his sleeve down there, as McCormick wanted an explanation on why there was no penalty from Allen. And I think Coach Sinclair would have liked one as well, but he's not going to get one. Veldhuizen, his shot blocked. Another one by Booth went wide. Broncos tip it out. Now a race for the puck. Koshik turns it on. He'll get it to the first in the corner. He takes a bump from McCormick. Out to the point. LaPlante had it, but it went over his stick. There's a big hit on Keep, and we're going to get an interference call on the Muskies, I believe, as Booth is going to go. No, that is Veldhuizen. Number 9. So this penalty will be called at 4:30 of the third period. Means that you got a power play here for the Broncos, brought to you by Canner Electric. For all your electrical needs, whether it's residential or commercial, call Canner Electric at 218-8283-8319 or stop at 500 4th Street. You can't check that far away from the puck. Maybe in the old days you could, but not these days you can't. Face off to the right of Lowry. Canner Electric power play. Broncos win another face-off. I can't emphasize that enough, folks. The Broncos have done outstanding at the dot. Maish, slap shot. Never got there as that hit McPherson, and that hurt like the dickens. Muskies cleared all the way down the ice. Crandall from behind his own net. Near side for Koshik. Koshik, far side, hits Maish in stride. He's into the zone. Leaves it for Dremel to Crandall. Straight out from the net at the blue line. Shot. Lowry makes the save on Crandall's shot. Cleared away by McPherson. He heads up the ice. Short-handed into the zone. Lost the handle on it. Maish picks up the loose puck. Dumps it into the far corner. Armstrong will get there easily to pick up that puck. Crandall got a piece of that as he tried to put it in front of the net. Now Crandall skates up the far side. Sasha's one across to Worley, who knocks it down. Leaves it for Koshik, who skates in along the near wall. 1:10 remaining in the power play. The Canner Electric power play. Centering pass. That was knocked down by Armstrong looking for Dremel. Lowry covers it up, and then Armstrong and Wilson and Max Dremel exchange pleasantries as we'll get a face-off to the left of Carson Lowry, the Muskie goaltender. Max Dremel will take the face-off for the Falls. It'll be Callum McCormick for the Fort. And McCormick, yes, will win it back. Broncos take it away. Crandall just couldn't keep it in. He was ready to wrist that one in back into the corner, and he pulled it past the blue line. So offside penalty here on the Broncos. Stay tuned for the post-game show. It's brought to you by West End Motors. They are your Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge dealer in Fort Francis, and they treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. Off the face-off. Broncos get it in. Koshik, some hard work there. Here's a shot. That's a good blocker save up by the eyes. Off the shot of Worley by Lowry, and then the Muskies are going to throw it down the ice. This will be no icing. They wave it off as it is on the power play here of the Broncos. I almost forgot. I had to get up on my toes so I could see the clock. Here comes Crandall. Through neutral. Shot. That hit Wilson. Goes to the end wall. Crandall picks it back up. 30 remaining in the Bronco power play. All the way out to the point. Nobody home for the Broncos, so Maish. Julius races back to pick it up. He turns. Shikowski along the near wall. Gets just enough of it to tip it into the zone. Race for the puck. Worley gets there first. Into the corner to Koshik. Koshik out to the point. Zahn. Back to Koshik along the far half wall. 10 remaining in the power play. Tried to go out to Maish. Off the stick of a Muskie player and out to neutral. Good job there by Grayson Brunell to tip that one out to neutral. Shikowski gets it back in. Penalty is over on Veldhuizen. So another opportunity for the Broncos erased. Big slap shot. Oh! Hit off the crossbar or the pipe. I couldn't see it as there was traffic in front, but you maybe heard it in the crowd, Mike, as the Muskies ready to come back out to center. Poked away and now picked up by Zahn. Zahn plays it off the wall. Shikowski flags that out to Keep. Keep couldn't find the handle on it, but Ashton Barnes does, and he flips it into the far corner in the Broncos zone. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this third period. 4-2 in favor of the Falls. Zahn to Keep. Keep had it poked off his stick smartly there by Brunell. Coming back the other way was Rolstead. He was tied up. Keep loses an edge. Barnes picks up the loose puck. Sends one right in front of the crease to the near wall. Rolstead gets there first. That's Brunell. Along the end wall. Puck goes in behind the Bronco net. Nobody really possessing it, just kind of getting kicked around, poked around. And now the Broncos bring it out to center. Skifstead gets to the red line, dumps it in. Getting there first will be Mosbeck. Skifstead comes in from behind. Somehow got possession of that puck. Not sure how he did that. He's a sly devil with those kinds of things, with that stick action. Puck comes to the far half wall. Brunell flips it up over the couple of Bronco players, but Worley keeps it in at the point. Another opportunity. The Muskies get it out. Reiner's a good job to knock that one away from Rolstead as he was looking for a breakaway. Barnes kicks it into the zone, knocked away by Max Dremel, who flips it towards the Muskie zone. Just over 9 remaining in the third period. 4-2 on your Green Brand Source Home Furnishing scoreboard. Allen revs it up through neutral into the Muskie zone, now to the backhand. Leaves it for Dremel, who fires from a sharp angle. Carson Lowry blockers that one out to the point. Reiners fires it into the far corner. Picked up there by Allen, who leaves it back in the corner for Dremel. Max pushed along by Mosbeck, lost possession of the puck in the process. Jean knocks it out to the point, but it's kept in by Worley. Worley flips it up along the glass, and that went out into the crowd. So we'll get a new puck, and we'll stop the clock with 8:39 remaining in the third period. 4-2 here on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Again, stay tuned for our post-game report brought to you by West End Motors. We'll get an interview with one of the players from the winning team here this evening. Face off to the left of Lowry. Max Dremel versus Lepage, two number 5s at the dot. A little aggressive. Linesman pushes him back, puts the puck down, and the Muskies control. Wilson around the near side to Rupenstein. Stops it there, flips it out to neutral. Maish just able to keep that in. Jean was looking for a breakaway opportunity. Into the far corner it goes. Parker Olsen tripped up Trent Wilson. Oh my gosh, he got away with that one. He absolutely took the skates right out from Wilson, and neither referee saw it the way that I saw it. Play goes on, out to center. Rupenstein, puck got past him. I thought he had it momentarily. Wilson picks it up in the near corner. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the third period. Out to center, looking for Jean. That was behind him, and it's going to be an icing call brought to you by Ed Kahn and Son. It is your place to purchase Benjamin Moore paints in Fort Francis. Faceoff's going to come to the right of Lowry. Shots on goal after the first period were 26-13 in favor of the Falls. It's 35-13 now, so the Muskies have yet to get a shot on goal, and we are 9 minutes in to this third period. Muskies win the faceoff. Near side, looking for Chown. Chown hits McPherson in stride. He's knocked out the puck nicely there by Keep, out to center. Here comes Koshik. Gets to the blue line, dumps it in. Booth will chase it down behind his own net. Knocks it in the corner. Crandall joins him there. Koshik helps out. Had it for a second. Now McPherson has it. He kicks it in behind the net and then collects it to Armstrong. Right back to McPherson. McPherson, a dynamic skater. Broncos got to be very aware. Tried to get a pass going along there. That was poked away by Crandall. He's also a dynamic skater. Into the corner. Booth has it for the Muskies. He turns in front of his own net. As him as Engie switch sides. They get on their comfort zone sides. Booth through neutral. Avoiding traffic, and then almost ran into his own player. Loose puck picked up by Koshik. Gets to the blue line. Dumps it along the wall. Engie had it there momentarily. Now McPherson. McPherson has it poked away right onto the stick of Armstrong, who tried to clear. That was intercepted by Nate Dremel. Fired around the boards. Chown and Booth were right there. They couldn't save it. Worley shot on goals. Another save for Carson Lowry. Reiners kept it in at the point, fires it back into the corner. Broncos, I think, happy just to kind of keep it going back and forth in there and keep the Muskies in their own zone. A couple of big hits in the zone, but here come the Muskies. Breaking out. Armstrong into the zone. Good job by Jackson Reiners to ride him into the corner. McPherson picks up the loose puck. Battle on the wall. Jousting going on. Finally coming away with it is Braden Skifstead. Braden dumps it off the wall, trying to get it to himself. Tucker broke that up. Skifstead came from behind, picked his pocket. Trying to get it to him was Jake Olson, but he was tied up by Mosbeck. Turnover. Looking down the far side was Shikowski. Only team there was Muskies, though, unfortunately, for Noah. Allen fires it back in. That hit Tucker. Loose puck nearly picked up by Max Dremel. He was thinking breakaway. Puck is in the corner. Max Dremel fires it out front, looking for Shikowski. That was knocked away. Along the wall now. Kicked into the far corner. Here come the Muskies breaking out. Clyde LaPlante, he's got a goal in this game. He comes in, tries to make two moves, and good job by Maish and Zahn to break up that possible opportunity for LaPlante. Royce Allen gets the puck. He skates out to center. Gets to the blue line, fires one towards Carson Lowry. That went over the net. Comes off the end while Shikowski slap shot, deflected into the near corner. 5:10 remaining in the third period. Broncos 4, Muskies 2 in high school boys hockey. Happy to have you along here on Lace Country 104.1. Turnover. Allen walks in. Backhand. Save by Lowry. And you're not going to get a better save than that as he stretched out and got the left toe over there to keep Allen out of the net. And that save is brought to you by Norland Oil. Located at 6115 Highway 1171 on the west side of Emo. Norland Oil is your source for bulk and retail fuel in the Rainy River District. Lowry thinking, hey, if I give up this one, we go down 3 with just over 5 minutes remaining. That's going to be a bad sign for the Muskies. Broncos win the face-off back. Muskies aggressively out there to take the puck away. Booth right in front to Engie. He wasn't ready for that, right in his crease. Now Barnes fires it right back at Booth. Whew. Muskies making some interesting passes there. Out to center. Zahn turns. That's broken up. Picking it up is Grayson Burdell in the corner. Centering, looking for Rolstead. Tied up. Loose puck. Barnes. That hit Cooper Crandall out front. Shot from the point by Booth. Just wide of the mark. Clearing attempt. Couldn't keep it in. It was Engie. Now a race for the puck. And Lowry says, I've got to come out and get there before Koshik does, and he does to cover it up. Gets a whistle with 4:27 remaining. So, folks, now here becomes the, I just saw Coach Chris Sinclair looking up at the clock. He's thinking the same thing I'm thinking. How long do I leave Carson Lowry in that goal? When do I pull him? Here, 4:27, too soon. But I'm thinking he's thinking 3 minutes because that's the number I'm thinking. Not that I can think like a hockey coach because I'm not. But I like to think that I can, maybe know what I should be doing. In the corner, the puck tied up along the wall. Now fired to the far wall. Burnell gets it there. Skifstead takes the puck away. He loses an edge, falls on his backside. Puck comes loose in behind the Muskie net. Rolstead now along the near wall. Weaving through traffic. Wow, what a nice move there by Tegan Rolstead into the zone. Waits, try to drag it past Worley, and Worley knocks that away back out to neutral. Under 4 left in the third period. Broncos had the only goal of this third period as they lead it 4-2 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one tomorrow at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. Broncos continuing to not let the Muskies get out of the zone. Nate Dremel tried to sell a penalty there. I think he embellished that one, folks. I'm going with the Emmy or the Oscar on that one. Here come the Muskies along the near wall. Tucker leaves it. Barnes picks it up. Try to put it through the wickets of Allen, and now back the other way and losing a helmet. Here is going to be Ashton Barnes, and I don't see a penalty hand up, but I think we're going to get a face-off just outside of the Broncos zone as the helmet came off, and so immediately whistle has to be blown here in the stateside. I don't know if they play the same way on the Canadian side. I would assume so. And Coach Chris Sinclair is saying head contact, and the referee shaking his head at him, no. And he's going to come over, and Chris Sinclair is going to say if his helmet fell off, then it had to be body or head contact. And I think what the referee's saying is there was a big contact with the shoulder. He didn't hit him in the head first. That's my assumption of what the conversation was. Face-off on the near side of the ice. 3:25 remaining in the third period. Broncos lead 4-2. They win the face-off. Zahn, far wall. Max Drummond going to race that one down. Getting there first is going to be Mosbeck. Veldhuisen along the wall. Onto the stick of LaPlante as he gets to the blue line. Big slap shot. Misses the mark. He didn't get all of it. In behind the net now, the puck. Picked up by Zahn as he comes out from behind it. Heads up the center of the ice. Big rush here for number 8 as he flips it towards the Muskie net off the mark. Tucker. I haven't seen number 18 out there for the Muskies for a while. Cable, I have not said his name in a while. I'm wondering what's happening there. Along the near wall, Shikowski. Off to Allen. Allen along the half wall. Backhands it in behind the Muskie net. 2:40 remaining in the third period. Muskies come up with the loose puck. Tipped along here. The Muskies get it out. Here comes LaPlante along the near wall. Pokes it past Maish. Maish tries to get back to it, but LaPlante gets there first. Sharp angle shot. LaPlante tied up just a little bit. Easy save for Maish, but we're going to have that one brought to you by Beyond Aesthetics at 3426 County Road 21. You can call them at 218-540-0149 or go to beyondaestheticsdayspa.com to make an appointment or find out what they can do for you. Valentine's Day just 7 days away. Gift idea, gift idea, gift idea. Face off to the left of Maish. Comes to the near wall. Brunel to the point to, there's Mr. Cable. I just said I hadn't said his name in a while. There he is. He's probably been out on the ice and just haven't had the opportunity to say his name. Clearing attempt kept in by Wilson. And there's a shot, and we're going to get maybe both players going to the bench. And Cooper Crandall says, I've taken enough of you, Mr. Rolstead, and he is gone. Tegan Rolstead is out of this hockey game as the Broncos will go on the power play. So we'll get the 2 and 10 coming up here, and the Broncos will go on the Canner Electric power play. This penalty at 14:43-2 as they went to the final period. As I'm looking down here and I see I'm not bouncing anymore my levels, so now really concerned here on my part. Let me take a peek at my down. See, it's got to be this. That's what's going on. We're all right, folks. everything just going to heck here in the final moments of our show here today. And then in the third period, a 1:11 in, Noah Shakowski gets that insurance goal assist. Go to Matt Worley and also to Royce Allen as the Falls wins it by a final score of 4-2. Shots on goal for the game, 37-14 in favor of the Falls. The Broncos outshot the Muskies 11-1 in that third period. 33 total saves for Carson Lowry for the loss, 12 saves for Keaton Maish in the win for the Falls as they win it 4-2. 8 minor penalties called in the game. 3 of them on the Muskies in that third period. Veldhuisen for interference at 4:30, and then at 14:43, the double minor on Rolstead for roughing, and he was sent to the locker room. It's time to name our moments of the game here. Our first one is the comeback moment of the game. It's brought to you by Align Chiropractic and Wellness Center at 1322 3rd Street. When you need to make a comeback due to back, neck, or leg pain, call Align Chiropractic and Wellness Center at 218-283-2243 and let Alyssa Clarity get you on the road to recovery. I'm going to give this award, I'm going to give this one to Braden Skifstead. I didn't think he was going to play in this hockey game. I could give it to Royce Allen as well. He told me personally before the game, I am not playing in this game. I do not think that I can go. He did, and he played a regular shift with Skifstead. Skifstead has been injured, and he was able to come back and be a big part of this game as he picked up a goal, and I thought he had an assist, but he didn't. Northland Sales and Service, sleeper moment of the game. Northland Sales and Service can help you get a good night's rest. With brands like Serta, you will wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle another day. Northland Sales and Service also has pillows, sheets, and mattress protectors. Stop in today and let Tony and I help you start getting your best sleep. Northland Sales and Service, 500 3rd Street, downtown International Falls. And I'll tell you, I'm just going to say Fort Francis looked a little sleepy. And I can't emphasize enough. A road game after a 2-week break. You play on the road. You get home at 2 o'clock in the morning. You get up and you go to school, and then you get expected to play. And the Muskies look worse for wear, to be honest with you, in this hockey game. The Broncos won a lot of races for pucks, seemed to be the quicker team on the ice, and it just looked like that. So there is your sleeper moment of the game. And your North Star Electric Energy Star Player of the game. The power of human connections can be seen on and off the field, and the same is true with North Star Electric. Congratulations, too. I'm going to go to Keaton Maish, the winning goaltender, as he made 12 saves in this hockey game on those 14 shots. So he is our North Star Electric Energy Star Player of the game. The Zamboni running out of propane there, as I hope he's going to be able to get back around here, as she sounds pretty sputtery here. For the International Falls Broncos, they're going to be at home on Thursday night against Greenway to take on the Raiders in a game that will have huge section seating purposes. For the Fort Francis Muskies, I just got to get my calendar out here because I've got to find when they play again. Coach said next week, and I'm trying to find when that game is going to be. It is at Red Lake on Monday. That game is scheduled to start at 6:30. That is the final league game before the Muskies head into the playoffs the following week. The Bronco boys will also be at Crookston on Saturday. I think that wraps it up. You've been listening to the West End Motors post-game show. For Kevin turning the camera over, how'd the new camera work for you? I don't know. He says it wasn't bad. For Dwayne pushing all the buttons, hey, we had some gremlins going on tonight. I think we got a broadcast out for you. You knew what happened. The Broncos win it by a final score of 4-2. For everybody at KGHS and KSDM, I'm Tim Ringhoffer wishing you a very good evening from Bronco Arena.